Tell me where you've been now, baby. Tell me where we go from Tell me where you've been now, baby. Tell me where we go Please tell me the words that you want, 'cause I've got the strength to hold on. And I'd do anything to feel that way again, when you were wrapped up in my arms. 'Cause my heart still hurts, and I wish that you weren't so damn far away. So damn far. Yeah, and all this time I've been watching you give your heart away. It's such a something new, but isn't that the point of love now, baby? Break it up to find your one and only, but this isn't the way. But this isn't the way. Tell me where you've been now, baby. Tell me where to go from here. I've been feeling so damn lonely. I've been missing you. I keep missing you, my dear. And all I got is time, and all these reasons why keep messing with my head. And I'm done, I'm so done, I'm so done, and I'm done with this. And I can tell that there's still thoughts of me, part of me, living somewhere deep down underneath. Oh, how I wish it was. Oh, how I wish it was enough. When all it takes is just one call, 3 words to say you feel the same. When all you want is with me, you're still pushing me away. Yeah, and all this time I've been watching you give your heart away. It's such a something new, but isn't that the point of love now, baby? Break it up to find your one and only, but this isn't the way. Oh, I know this time I need to walk away. Tell me where you've been now, baby. Tell me where to go from here. I've been feeling so damn lonely. I've been missing you. I keep missing you, my dear. And all I got is time, and all these reasons why keep messing with my head. And I'm done, I'm so done, I'm so done, and I'm done with this.
Oh, you're so sweet, I swear. Te mando un besito.
All right, we're on Disco Acid Cold TV. I usually like to start and tell of the song that plays in the opening. I call it the waiting room. I know it's, I don't know. I call it the waiting room. It's basically I play a song. Most people do it, while people enter chat. But since I'm not concerned with people entering chat at this point in my career, I use it to do last minute things. Like I had to plug my lights in. I had to plug my microphone in. I had to, you know, get ready. So that's what I use it for. Usually I talk about the song, I have to give the credit where it comes from. That song is nowhere to be found these days. I don't even know where where I found it. It might have been like in my email from like high school. It's the singer. I don't remember his name, but he was the vocalist of a band called Scarlett O'Hara, and they were, they were on Rise Records back in the 2010s. You remember the Rise Records boom, where every band that played breakdowns got signed, and they would do one album on Rise Records, and I mean every one album. Like, it was Scarlett O'Hara did Lost in Existence, Of Machines, who's also one of my favorite bands from that era. Of Machines did As If Everything Was Held in Place. PM Today did, I don't remember what the album was called, but they did a really good album. Basically, all these bands were coming and getting signed to Rise Records and then just putting out one album and then breaking up. I assume it's because they were all really young. A lot of these bands, like 10 After 2, a local band to my area, they were like in high school when they got signed. They were either in high school or right out of high school. So I'd imagine a lot of these bands got signed really young, and then shit started getting real. They put out an album, they get put on tour, and shit doesn't go the way they plan, and then they end up breaking up. That was a long side tangent. Anyways, that song, the vocalist of Scarlett O'Hara, he did a side project. Also, remember, this was the days where every, like, screamer from every metalcore band was also really into, like, electronic pop music, and so they all had the electronic side project, and we all thought it was really cool because we were like, "Oh, this guy that does this really heavy music and, these really heavy breakdowns is also really into this, like, dancey pop music," They're so diverse. That was his project. I think it was called Chase the Lights. Terrible name. There's still Chase the Lights music on YouTube, just not that one song. That was the first single they released, and they only put it up on, like, their, I think we were onto Facebook by that point. I've always really liked the song. It's a really cheesy song. A lot of the piano, there's like a main piano piano lead. Most of the notes, they're like the same notes, just two different keys. So it's just like playing the same notes in two different keys and making a little riff out of it. But I like it. It's a cool song, and it's not copyrighted, so I was able to use it. At least from what I know, it's not copyrighted. I don't know. I guess I'll find out when this video is uploaded. But yeah, I'm already running out of songs to use for the opening waiting rooms. I mean, that's not true. I have a lot of songs in my arsenal, just not, they're not all ones that I like really like. A lot of them are songs that I've never even listened to before. They're, like I said, they're all songs from, most of them are songs from bands that I knew personally or have been in personally. And then some of them are little random things like that. It just so happens to be not copyrighted, and I just happened to find it in my, I swear I must have, like, emailed it to myself in high school, and then, one day I was going through my emails and I found it. But, that's, I guess that's the story of that song. Um, I need to learn my lesson and stop streaming when I don't have anything to talk about. I don't know what I'm doing today. I have no idea what I'm doing today. I've got a little bit of an idea, but, nothing set in stone. The thing is, usually when I have no ideas, I rely on someone to give me ideas, but when there's no one around, I gotta think on the fly. And, Twitter has been really dropping the ball lately. I used to get all my topics from Twitter. You just go to the trending section on Twitter. Um, you see what's going on. Is a lot of it's politics though nowadays. That's kind of the problem with the world nowadays. Like, I try to find things to talk about. Like, even right here, I'm on Pop Crave on Twitter. Well, I'm not on Pop Crave, but one of the first tweets on my feed right now is Pop Crave, and it's Donald Trump. Donald Trump, something about what he's doing. I'm like, dude, I don't want to talk about that on the stream. Okay, but you know what? The next thing I see is something about Hard Eyes. I did see Hard Eyes. I talked about it last week a little bit. I did see Hard Eyes. Dude, I really liked Hard Eyes. I really liked Hard Eyes. I thought it was a good little Valentine's Day slasher. Um, Yeah, so here's a tweet about Hard Eyes, and, anytime we get a new slasher, the terms iconic and icon get, thrown around, like Art the Clown is now iconic and or iconic. People need to quit throwing these words around. Dude, Michael Myers is iconic because he's been around since fucking 1978. You can't just slap these words on things and then expect them to be true. So yeah, people are calling the Hard Eyes movie, the slasher, the villain, Hard Eyes, the Hard Eyes killer, which again, like I said, I love. Don't get me wrong, I love. They're saying he's iconic. He's got this iconic look. He's got the mask, and I like the mask a lot. That's the thing. Don't, like I keep saying, I love this. I really like him. I like the mask. I like the. I was a little let down by the reveal of the killer. I will get to that. I was very let down by the reveal of the killer. I think the reveal of villains in slasher movies is something that is severely lacking these days. I also loved Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was a great movie. Um, Usually people give spoiler warnings. I don't give a fuck. No one's watching this. Uh, I'm tired of the cop being the bad guy. Can we stop doing that thing in slashers? Like, let's stop making like the cop the bad guy. It's just like not interesting anymore. Like back in the 80s, yeah, it was interesting because it was, like a new thing. But nowadays, it's like, dude, okay, I get it. Like, yeah, the cop is the villain. The cop is the bad guy. We saw it in Thanksgiving. I can't remember if that movie came out in 2023 or 2024, but I also loved Thanksgiving. I thought that was a great. That was like a perfect modern day version of an 80s slasher, which of course it is. It was Eli Roth, and he obviously loves the 80s slashers, the 80s slasher era. But yeah, the cop was the villain, and then we get to Hard Eyes, um, and the fucking cop is the villain. It was Jordana Brewster, who's a total babe, by the way. Yeah, you gotta love Jordana Brewster. She is she is a gorgeous woman. I'm literally changing the title of the stream on YouTube right now as we speak. I always spell villain wrong. I always put the I before the A for some reason. Thank God for the red underline on misspelled words. Otherwise, I'd be misspelling everything. But yeah, okay. So people are saying that the Hard Eyes killer, he's iconic. He's got this great looking mask, which again, like I said, I agree with you. I do like the mask a lot. It's a cool fucking mask. It's a killer wearing a mask with hard eyes on it. But dude, the movie just came out last week. Like, what do you mean this thing is iconic? There's like these words have meanings. Iconic is, you got to prove that shit. You can't just watch something and like it. I don't blame the people. So this I noticed happened when, of course, when Terrifier came out, when Art the Clown, especially after Terrifier 2, that's when this conversation really started. Terrifier 2 comes out, and every Art the Clown is the next iconic slasher. This guy might as well be the next fucking Jason Voorhees. This is the slasher icon we've been waiting for. And it's like, dude, the movie just came out. The movie just came. First of all, the movie just came out. Second of all, it's a killer clown. Okay. To reiterate, I've said this a few times, but again, to reiterate, I liked Terrifier 1. It was fine. I'm a very simple-minded slasher fan. Uh, a slasher villain chasing girls around in an empty building. Perfect. I'm all for it. I love it. I'm down. It was a fine movie. I liked it. Terrifier 2, I fucking hated. I despise Terrifier 2. I still do. Terrifier 3, I really like. I can't completely explain why I'm so drastically like opposite on both movies. The only thing I can imagine is that I think the leap from Terrifier 1 to Terrifier 2 kind of like startled me a little bit. Like we were watching a very cheap movie about a clown chasing 2 girls around a building for the entire hour and a half runtime or whatever it was. And then we go from that to like a fucking over 2 hour, like 2.5 hour long movie about a Valkyrie girl who dies and goes to hell and comes back to life and is an angel and there's a mystical sword. And it was like, what the fuck? What is going on here? Terrifier 3, I thought the writing improved, like, incredibly, like, he tied up every single loose end, like, every single question you wanted answered, he answered in Terrifier 3 without giving away too much, like, there is still more he can answer for Terrifier 4, which it sounds like he's going to. Man, I go off on these side tangents way too easily. Anyways, Terrifier 2 comes out, people start talking about how Art the Clown is iconic. Like I said, I don't blame the people. I think it speaks to the sad state of slasher films today, which is also funny because a lot of people have been trying to say that, "Oh, we're in a slasher boom right now. We're in like a we're in another 80s slasher boom." Dude, stop. I don't think I think it's probably because a lot of these people weren't around in the 80s and I wasn't either. I'm just honest about this stuff. I don't think people realize the output of horror movies in the 80s. You know, you watch those In Search of Darkness documentaries, the three-part series, probably my favorite documentary series of all time, In Search of Darkness, parts 1, 2, and 3. Um, really got me into the 80s. That's what really got me into the 80s slasher boom and just 80s horror movies in general. You know, every time there's a little cutaway scene or a transition scene in those documentaries, it's just this wall of movie covers of horror movies that came out in the 80s, and it's like there's dude, there's gotta be hundreds to, like, fucking thousands of these things. That is a horror boom. The 80s is the horror boom of, like, all mankind. So it's funny when people try to say that we're in another boom, like, equivalent to that. It's, we're just not. You know, we're I think we're in a little bit of an up period, I definitely think, horror is more of a beloved genre than it has been throughout, plenty of decades, whatever you wanna call it, but we're certainly not in some kind of boom where we're getting iconic villains, and these are gonna be remembered for all of human I was gonna say human history, but I guess I'm talking about the future. You know what I'm trying to say. It's just too early. Stop calling these things iconic. Dude, Hard Eyes came out last week. 2 weeks ago? Last week? Whatever. Hard Eyes just came out. Thanksgiving came out a year or 2 ago. John Carver is not iconic. He was awesome. I really liked him. I'm looking forward to the sequel because we're getting one. Same with Hard Eyes. I'm looking forward to the sequel because we're getting one. I'm looking forward to Terrifier 4 because we know it's coming. These are not like the three horsemen of, whatever you wanna call it. You think about the '80s. You think about the '80s, of course, you think about Michael Myers, even though his first movie came out in '78. Think about Michael Myers, think about Jason Voorhees, think about, Freddy Krueger, which, by the way, I hate Freddy Krueger. That's kinda one of my, like, hot takes as a horror fan. I really don't like Freddy Krueger. Um, but yeah, those are the guys you think of. Those guys are not being not replaced, but Art the Clown, John Carver, and Hard Eyes Killer are not the modern day equivalent of like Michael, Jason, and Freddy. That's just not true. It's just not. It's just not what it is. Now that being said, they could become that, if we get an entire franchise of each villain, and then we fast forward to 40 years from now, they could be that. But people just have to stop doing this whole, "Oh, this guy's iconic. This movie came out last week, and this guy's fucking iconic." Dude, I get it, you're hyped on it, you just saw it. I'm also hyped on it. I'm still hyped up on it. I saw Hard Eyes, last week, and I'm still hyped up on it. It's not fucking iconic, dude. It was a really good, solid Valentine's Day slasher, you know? I had complaints. I just went over the cop reveal complaint, the reveal of the bad guy. I thought it was lame. Honestly, what's funny is the first reveal I thought was actually kind of awesome and would have been a great kind of satiric ending. You know, they unmask the first killer and they're like, "Who the fuck is that?" Yeah, they're like, "I don't know," and they just walk away from it. That would have been actually that was funny. Like, I kinda chuckled at that point, sitting in the theater, you know, in horror, you know, it's this trope now, they take the mask off of the villain, you know, it's the Scooby-Doo trope, it's a classic, you know, we all love it for a reason, I'm not talking shit about it, but it's funny to see that kinda turned upside down. They take the mask off and just like, "I don't know who that is." Oh, the end, the movie's over. But no, we went on to get the reveal that it was actually, the cop, it was Jordana Brewster as the villain. And the IT guy from the police station, there was one little, like, 30-second scene. He walked by, the main character in the police station. He's just the tech guy when they're having technical issues or, you know, technology problems or whatever. Yeah, that was awful. That was a terrible reveal. You wanna talk about iconic, dude, that was a really bad reveal. You know, just the cop and the IT guy, which, by the way, neither of which and I know this is a problem that everyone kinda complains about, and I complain about it too, but, I go back and forth on it. You know, how the characters themselves, like the IT guy is not a big, strong, imposing, brutal, vicious person, but then as Hard Eye's killer, he somehow is. People talk about it with Scream, especially Scream 5 when, Ghostface kills Dewey and she, like, picks him up with her fucking knives. I swear it's, like, 2 knives. It's 1 knife in the front and then in the back, and then she picks him up. It could just be 1 in the front, she picks him up. But either way, she lifts up Dewey, and it's that girl. What's that girl's name? Mikey? Mikey something? Let me look up her fucking name because it's gonna drive me crazy. Yeah, it's Mikey Madison as Ghostface, and there's no way she's strong enough to pick up Dewey with knives. And people talked about that. People were like, "How is this, like, small teenage girl, um, lifting up a grown ass police officer with knives?" But when it comes to Ghostface, people have kind of accepted that there's kind of a lore to it. It's almost as if the mask has this supernatural ability that those who put it on, you know, and this is not a thing that Scream ever talks about. It's, you know, but it's just kind of a little bit of fan lore that adds to it. That's, you know, kind of a fun little take on it, you know. But you can't just do that with every killer. You can't just, you know, the Hard Eyes mask is, you know, endowed with supernatural abilities that it makes the IT guy, you know, incredibly agile and powerful. Jordana Brewster, I guess at the very least, she was a cop. So you could say that she was probably pretty active and pretty in shape and pretty powerful. But even then, her body type does not match the body type of the killer when you see him on screen. But either way, you know, that part, I'm fine. I don't complain about that part too much. But it's just the reveal itself. I'm tired of the cop being the bad guy. It's not that interesting anymore. You know, we've seen it a million times. I'm sure there are people out there that can kind of twist it into a political thing, given like the state of the general public's opinions on the police force nowadays. I would laugh at those people. I would not accept that as a, you know, a reasonable answer. I don't think these movies are making any kind of political statement by making the cop the bad guy. That being said, if, you know, the writer or the director came out and said that, then yes, I would accept it. I tend to listen to the people that make the movie more than I listen to the nerds on Twitter when it comes to what the movies are about. But anyways, yeah, I don't think it's a political reason that they do it. I think they just do it because it's, you know, it is technically a twist. It is certainly technically a twist to have a cop who is hunting down the bad guy and then get to the end and reveal that the cop has been the bad guy all along. It's just not an interesting twist anymore. It's like, dude, we've seen it. You know, we've seen it a million times. We've seen it twice in the last 5 years now. We don't, you know, we don't need to keep doing this. And honestly, in Hard Eyes, it was kind of obvious. Um, in Thanksgiving, I didn't think it was obvious. I thought it was actually a pretty good 'cause there was a whole affair angle. I haven't watched Thanksgiving since I saw it in theater, so I'm not up to date on it. There's another YouTuber that I watch who said that it was obvious to him. I'll be honest, I love this particular YouTuber. I will not say anything bad about him or mention his name, but he said that multiple times. Whenever he reviews slashers, I swear every time he reveal or reviews a slasher, he claims that he easily guessed who the bad guy was within the first, like, 10 minutes of the movie. Like, it almost seems like he's just saying shit. But, yeah, so he tried to say that the reveal of the cop as the bad guy in Thanksgiving was obvious to him. It wasn't to me. I thought that was fine. That was pretty well done. In Hard Eyes, it was, like, incredibly obvious that Jordana Brewster was gonna be the killer. Um, I think by the time we were at the interrogation scene with her and Mason Gooding, I started thinking, "Okay, I think she's gonna be in on this." There's something about, there's something about, like, who the fuck else was it gonna be? It was literally either gonna be her or it was gonna be the main character, the girl, I can't remember her name. It was either gonna be her ex-boyfriend or Jordana Brewster. And I was like, "Well, I don't think they're gonna make it the main character's ex-boyfriend because that's a little too obvious. I think it's gonna be the cop. It's gonna be Jordana Brewster." And then, by the time we get to the end and Jordana Brewster's offering Mason getting a ride home and she's being kinda creepy about it, which I think at that point they were kinda telling you like, "Hey, we're gonna get she's gonna take him home and we're gonna get another scene." By that point, it was obvious, but I think by that point they wanted it to be obvious. It just, regardless of whether they wanted it to be or whether it was or whether it wasn't, regardless of any of that, I'm tired of the cop reveal. We get it. Cops can be bad guys too. We get it. Cops are actually great bad guys in slasher movies because they can play both sides of the field. No one's going to catch them when they're also on the case. But other than that, yeah, I liked the movie a lot. I hate Mason Gooding, but I liked him in this movie. I hope to God he dies in the next Scream. I hope he dies in the next Scream. He should have died in Scream 5, let's be real. That guy got fucking gutted in Scream 5 and somehow survived. And then in Scream 6, he gets gutted by 2 people at the same time and somehow survives. It's ridiculous. Also, the fact that he's making out with Jenna Ortega in Scream 6, I'm not cool with that at all. So, yeah, I want him gone. I want him dead. I want him out of the Scream franchise. But in Hard Eyes, I liked him. He was fine. He was a good kinda he was kinda like I don't wanna say like the ditzy pretty boy. But yeah, he kinda was. He was kinda like the ditzy pretty boy who also doubled as like like, not tough guy, but kind of like the protector. You know what I mean? Like, he played both sides really well. Like, I liked the scene where he punched the window. There's a scene where the main girl, she locks herself out of her apartment complex, and she's like, "Okay, well, I don't have my key, so I just need to break a window to get in." And Mason Gooding is like, "No, no, don't worry about that. I'll do it." Here's the guy, here's the man to the rescue to break the window, to shatter the glass, to get her out of this predicament. And he just fucking, puts a little cloth over his hand and just fucking punches the window, but he cuts his hand real fucking bad. Like, it does not, he is the, like, protective dude of the situation, but he's also ditzy. He's also stupid. He's clumsy. Yes, he broke the glass for her, but he also hurt himself in the process, as you would have expected the girl to do. So I liked that. I thought that was a clever play. So yeah, I liked him in this movie. I thought he was good. But you know, main point, no, there's nothing iconic about Hard Eyes yet. It's way too soon to tell. Maybe in the future it becomes iconic. Who knows? Maybe we get an entire franchise of Hard Eyes killers. That's the other thing. The two villains died. So if we do get a sequel, which I'd imagine we will, it looks like it's making a lot of money. They're gonna have to do copycat killers. They're gonna have to go the Scream route. Man, Facebook is in bad shape nowadays. Facebook is basically it's funny, everyone always talks about how Facebook is only old people. Like, it's like their grandparents and their aunts and uncles. That's not how it is for me. There's a lot of people my age on it for what I have, my Facebook friends, it's mostly girls who just complain about stuff. Like, this is where girls come to post sad things about their lives. I've started doing that on Threads lately. I've been posting my negative thoughts to Threads only because I use Twitter for, just fishing for stories to talk about on this stream, which I obviously do a very bad job at. But yeah, Facebook, there's still plenty of young girls on there. I mean, I'm not young, but girls that are my age. That's what I'm trying to say. Girls that are not like my grandparents. That's what I mostly mean. So I don't know what everyone else is talking about when they say that Facebook is all just old people. I got plenty of people. I guess they could be right. Maybe I'm an old person. Maybe that's what they're saying. Yeah, just like a lot of girls complaining on Facebook. Like I said, I've started doing my complaining on Threads. I recommend it because nobody's on Threads. Nobody's using Threads. Nobody cares about Threads. I will say there's some more people than I expected. I posted a very negative post on Threads the other day, and I swear I got a notification that was like, "Oh, over 100 people have seen your post," and I was like, "Wait, what the fuck? No, this is supposed to be where nobody sees the negative, depressing shit that I say." And there's people that I knew that were replying to it, and I was like, "No, God, no, you're not supposed to this is I thought it was just going to be my online journal or something." All right, let's get to the point. Let's get to the fucking point. Let's pull this up. That's right. That's right. You know what time it is. And I love how I can make myself I can screen share, but then I can just make myself bigger than the whole screen. This function is actually new on the platform that I use. It used to just keep you stuck like that. Like you couldn't change the size. So I like this a lot. I like that I can change the size of this. Let's do that for now. That's fine. Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy, one of the great ladies men of our time, whether you want to admit it or not.
The murder trial of Theodore Bundy goes into its fourth week in Miami today after a long weekend. Friday's session was delayed because the defendant was suffering from a virus. He's accused in the brutal slayings of two Florida State universities.
I don't think he was suffering from a virus. I think he just said he was to delay a court. He was a procrastinator like that, right? He kept getting his execution date procrastinated.
University sorority sisters in January 1978. His trial has attracted a steady and unusual stream of spectators. Robin Lloyd of station WTVJ reports.
Each day, the courtroom is filled with spectators drawn by a fascination with Theodore Bundy himself or by the gruesome details of the crimes. Blood-stained pillows, pictures of the murdered co-eds, evidence that the women were sexually abused. What is unusual to see is that many of the onlookers are women, young women, contemporaries of the 5 Florida State sorority sisters who were assaulted in their beds a year and a half ago.
Every time he turns around, I kind of get that feeling, oh no, he's gonna get me next.
I love how she's just laughing. Dude, if you ever needed proof that girls do not like each other, this is proof right here. If you ever needed proof that girls are in constant war with each other, this is the proof right here. This girl who is a Ted Bundy groupie at his trial is sitting here laughing, making jokes about, oh no, he's gonna get me next. Dude, girls are vicious. Girls are vicious creatures. I love it. I think it's awesome. Girls are the best, dude. It's awesome.
But yet you're fascinated by him.
Very, very. Every night when I go to bed, I just, I get very scared. I shut my door and lock it.
I'm not afraid of him. He just doesn't look like the type to kill somebody. You try to imagine yourself in his place and to see how he's feeling looking at the pillows with blood stains and everything, and if he really did it or not.
The trial has drawn women from as far away as Seattle, where Bundy is suspected of other sex murders. Why is this happening? According to one psychiatrist,
I love the term sex murders. That's probably the most rock and roll thing you've ever heard. Dude, if I was going to start a band, if I was going to get into a band today, I'd want it to be called, you know, those band names that were like a person's name and the somethings. So, if I was, if I was gonna be the lead of the singer of this band, Beckett, it would be Beckett and the Sex Murders. Oh, that'd be fucking awesome. That would be fucking awesome. I'd want my name to be Scratch Cat, though. This is a thing I always talk about now. If I was gonna start a band, it would be Scratch Cat and the Gypsies. That's kind of been a name that I've been holding on to for a long time for no reason. But I would go with Scratch Cat and the Sex Murders. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Scratch Cat and the Sex Murders. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Scratch Cat and the Sex Murders. Dude, we're on to something here. We're on to something here.
it is a mixture of fear, intrigue, and in particular, sexual attraction.
And so, yes, I do think this is, in an underlying sense, a sexual attraction, using that word very broadly for the moment. But there's no question but what violence does quicken the pulse of many people, and certainly of young women.
The young women themselves aren't too sure what it is that attracts them to the trial. Are you a little scared when you look at them?
Yes, it scares me to be in the same room with them, but I know there's other people in there, so
Why do you do it?
I don't know.
Robin Lloyd for CBS News, Miami.
In many communities,
Dude, I'm telling you, girls are at constant war with each other. Girls do not like other girls. This whole sisterhood thing, this whole thing about girls sticking together. Us girls got to stick together. Yes, we can. The fucking World War II broad with her fucking muscle showing with the bandana on. It's all bullshit. These girls will be at Ted Bundy's trial defending him after he kills you. Ted Bundy will hit you with a sex murder. And these girls will be laughing about it on the news. Oh my God, dude, that's awesome. That is awesome. Look, what Ted Bundy did is obviously wrong, right? This is the obvious thing we have to point out. But I'm not gonna call out a man for his, for his methods of picking up ladies. I've long advocated that we all could learn a thing or two, in the realm of pickup, in the realm of picking up girls from Ted Bundy. I've always said this. If Ted Bundy would have not hit these girls in the heads with crowbars and then taken them out to the back roads and, did his thing, if he would have just gotten their phone number, maybe taken them out, he could have gotten in for sure. He could have gotten in and then he could have gotten out. That's what I'm saying. He could have gotten himself into the apartment. He could have gotten himself into the house. He could have gotten his, he could have got his mojo on, and then he could have just gone home. It could have all been good. But no, some of these dudes just get carried away. If you need proof that the world is unfair, just look at Ted Bundy. You got millions of guys out there today that have been down bad for years. I'm one of them, right? I've been down bad for 5 years. We're going on 6 years now. It's been 10 years since I have attracted a girl into a serious relationship. I have not gotten into a serious relationship in 10 years. We broke up a little over 5 years ago. And ever since then, there's been a couple little things here and there. But for the most part, I've been down bad. But then you got guys like Bundy. You got Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy has groupies. Where are my groupies? I don't think I deserve them. But I think I deserve them more than Ted Bundy. I don't think that's a harsh thing to say. I don't think that's a hot take by any means. You know, where are the disco groupies? Where are the disco acid groupies? It's an unfair world, I'm telling you. It is an unfair world. We live in an unfair world. Charles Manson died with a full head of hair. Oh, well, the ability to grow a full head of hair. I think he had a shaved head when he died. I think he was shaving his head by then. But you know, not a lot of men get to die with the ability to grow a full head of hair. And not many men get groupies. Dude, that's what this episode needs to be called. Needs to be called Disco Acid and the Sex Murders. Now we are on to something. Can I say that on YouTube? I mean, like, type it. You know, I'm always worried about what can you type in, like, as the title of your YouTube video before you get in trouble. I'm just gonna look up the name Sex Murders on YouTube. There's not any videos with the words sex murder in the title. There are videos with the words sex and murder in the title, so I think I should be fine, right? Yeah, whatever. I should totally be fine. Dude, Disco Acid and the Sex Murders. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. That is awesome. That's great. If only you could change the name of a stream on Twitch live in the middle of the Twitch. You know, Twitch isn't quite there yet. Yeah, so I've long since been wanting to do a video. You know, I've never done a video that's not me sitting right here in this spot. Obviously, everything I've done so far has been live streams or videos of me talking. I would like to do videos out in the world. I would like to leave the house someday. I don't have a cameraman. I have stuff. I have a GoPro. You know, it's like the newest GoPro. I hate GoPro cameras, but they're easy to use, so I just kind of have one. I have the lapel mic, the lavalier mic. You know, it's a wireless. It plugs into the GoPro. It attaches. I've got the whole rig. I could be out making videos. I've even got the interview microphone if I want to interview people. I would love to do a video if I had a cameraman. I would love to do a video. Go to a college town. I happen to live right next to a college town, and you know, pick up girls using the Ted Bundy method. I would love to put a cast on my arm. You know, maybe struggle to carry around a heavy book bag and see how many girls I could get to help me bring the books back to my car, and then ask them for their number. I think that'd be a great idea, you know? I mean, the video would literally just be titled "Picking Up Girls Like Ted Bundy." Dude, it's perfect. I've got good idea I'm telling you guys, I've got good ideas. I've got great ideas. Some of them might die with me, unfortunately. Some of these great ideas might die with me. They might go into the grave along with my lifeless and motionless body. You know, if the channel ever grows, I would likely be able to find a cameraman, which would be cool. You know, and it sucks because I'm only getting older. Like, I'm already too old right now to be out filming YouTube videos for sure. Like, today I am too old to be going out filming YouTube videos with somebody. I would do it. You know, I've got a few more years of I'll do it. But sooner or later, I'm gonna hit a point where it's gonna be no more. You know, I'll have to start making political videos. You know, I'm getting to the age where I'm gonna be one of those guys that goes to like pride festivals and, carries around a sign that says, like, "Jesus loves you." That's the age I'm almost at. I'm getting to the age where if I wanna make YouTube content, it's gonna have to be me going to pride festivals, walking around with a sign that says, "Jesus loves you." I'm really not looking forward to it. I'm really not looking forward to it, and I'll do it too. I'll do it. Don't test me. I'll do it. I'll have nothing to say when people walk up to me and they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And be like, "I don't know. I'm old. This this is what people my age do. Like, what do you want from me? I don't believe this sign. This is how old I am." I would hope they understand. I don't think they would understand. It seems like people in those groups don't usually understand, but, you know, I'll try my best. I'll try my best. Try my best to make them understand. Oh, man, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. What other Bundy stuff do we have? I've been into Bundy lately. Ted Bundy is probably my favorite, of the famous serial killers of the olden days. Not enough people give him credit for defending himself at his trial, for representing himself at his trial. Dude, that's badass. I'm sorry. That's badass. You know, Manson tried to do it. They told him no. Charles Manson said, "I want to defend myself in court. I'll represent myself." They said no. Ted Bundy says, "I want to defend myself in court." They said, "You got it. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got, brother." He brought his A game. I love that movie. That movie with Zac Efron. What's it called? Like extremely gay, super lame, and spectacularly extra gay. It's that movie with the long title. It's a really terrible title for a movie. They should have never called it that. But it's a great movie. Lily Collins is such a babe. Lily Collins is like one of the prettiest fucking girls in the world. Fuck Zac Efron for getting to hook up with that in a movie. I know it's not real, it's for a movie, but I would even take that if I got to hook up with Lily Collins like fake, in a movie. I would love that. But aside from that, yeah, it's a great film. It's a great movie. I love that it's basically a trial. It's basically a courthouse drama. It's not a hack and slash. There's no, it's not a gory. It's not about the murders. It's about Bundy, and it's mostly about the trial. Thought that was very interesting. And I don't think enough people talk about his trial, dude. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy to have possibly the most notorious serial killer in American history defends himself in court. Like, not even John Wayne Gacy did that shit. And I know I mentioned Charles Manson trying to defend himself. I have to point out Charles Manson is not in the same field as Ted Bundy and John Wayne Gacy. Charles Manson was not a serial killer, nor was he a hippie cult leader, nor was he an MK Ultra project. That's all stuff we can get into at a later time. I've gotten into some of it before, but since nobody's here right now and nobody is in chat saying, "Hey, explain that," I'm not going to explain it because I don't have to. One of the things about Ted Bundy is there's all these stories you see online now about girls that talk about, "I survived Ted Bundy." Dude, they're all bullshit. There was one, I can't remember who it was, but it was some girl. She might have been like in a band. I don't know. Someone sent it to me and she said it was like in New York. She was like, "I was in New York and I was hitchhiking and Ted Bundy picked me up or something, and I didn't know it was him, and then I saw later on he wasn't in New York." Like, do people really believe dude, there's, like, tons of stories now from women that are like, "I went on a date with him, and I didn't know it was him until I saw him on the news. He gave me a ride, and I didn't know it was him until I saw him on the news." Dude, they're like fucking girls that were, like, in New York or, like, Missouri. It's like, bro, he was in, we know where he was. What do you mean? It's crazy. It's crazy that we live in an era where girls are making up stories about hanging out with Ted Bundy for clout. But I guess that goes back to the groupies on the news. You know, girls are just fucking crazy and girls hate each other and they will just do and say anything. Man, true crime documentaries are really something. I love the A&E style documentaries from like the early 2000s, like the ones that, you know, they're like an hour long. They're just completely surface level. I like the ones where they get the cops in them, like the cops that were involved in the case. One of the guys, the guy that was like the lead cop on the Richard Ramirez case, he's always funny. He's cool. I like him. Don't get me wrong. He's a good storyteller. I like when he pops up in the Richard Ramirez documentaries. But he really didn't accomplish anything. Like, he sits in these documentaries and he talks about, like, "Oh, yeah, we went to the crime scene after he killed this broad, and, we got a print of his shoe. And we narrowed it down, and we knew that that shoe was only sold at these 2 stores in town or something. So that's a clue we got on who this guy is." And then he just doesn't catch him. Doesn't catch him. But he's, like, bragging about, "We got a shoe print." Who gives a fuck? You didn't catch the guy. The guy just killed 2 more people, and you're talking about shoe prints? You fucking bum. And then it's he never even really catches the guy. It's the people that catch him. You know, it's the Mexican community in the neighborhood that recognizes him and whoops his ass and calls the cops. They never caught Richard Ramirez. Dude, it was the people, which I gotta say is the best argument for fuck the man, power to the people, dude. The man is not gonna get Richard Ramirez off the streets. The man is not here to protect you. The people are here to protect you. We are here to protect each other. Dude, fuck the man. The man is out looking for Richard Ramirez's shoe prints while Richard Ramirez is out killing old people in their homes. Dude, it's hilarious. That shit makes me laugh so hard every time I watch those documentaries. These cops are just like, "Yeah, yeah, we went to the crime scene and he pissed on the victim, so we got a sample of his piss. So we got one now. We score one for us. The piss didn't bring us anything. You know, there was no match in the system. We don't have the guy, but we got his piss in a bag that we took off of the dead girl inside her own home." You know, it'd be cool to watch one of these documentaries and actually have, and I'm sure there have been some. I'm sure I've seen some that I just can't remember. But it'd be cool to see the cops be like, "Yeah, we didn't fucking catch this guy. He killed a lot of people. We did not do so great. You know, we were looking at shoe prints while this guy was out stabbing old ladies and shit." But nope, they get on these documentaries and they talk about this fucking spectacular job they did because they narrowed down the 2 shops in town that sells the shoes that he wears. Stupid. It's just stupid. There is honor in humility, my friends. If you can admit when you were wrong, you can admit when you fucked up. I think it makes you a more trustworthy person. But like I said, I like that cop. I can't remember his name. I'm gonna look it up now because I'm curious. It was like the lead detective in the Richard Ramirez case. Oh, was it Frank Salerno? Yeah, it was Frank Salerno. He's I hope it's him. I hope that's the guy. Let's see, Frank Salerno. No, never mind. It is not Frank Salerno. There's a different guy. Damn, why can't I remember his name? He's like a Mexican guy with a mustache. It was Gil. It's Gil. This is the guy, Gil Carrillo. Gil Carrillo. He's the guy. I can't remember what documentary it was, but he's the guy who's like, "Yo, we got his shoe prints. We're on to you now, motherfucker. I know you're stabbing an old lady to death right now as we speak, right now as we are fucking around with your shoe prints. But we got you now, motherfucker. No, you don't. You don't have shit. You don't have shit. I guess that's why they always ask the question of nature versus nurture. That seems to be the main question because it seems like they think if they have that answer, they can stop people from, committing the crimes in the first place. If there's one specific trait they can find in your brain the day you're born, they can start taking preventative measures right then and there. I don't know if it would be that clean though. I still think some of these people would slip under the cracks. They'd still make it through. Dude, I have never seen Adventures in Babysitting, and I feel like I should see that movie. I got nothing. I got nothing. I got some Ed Wood DVDs showing up in the mail in a couple days. I got Plan 9 from Outer Space, and I got what's it called? Bride of the Monster? I think it's Bride of the Monster, right? Let's see, Bride of the Monster from 1955. Pretty excited. I'm pretty excited. I've seen Plan 9 from Outer Space, of course, everyone has, but to have it on DVD, what makes it a lot better, makes it perfect. I think it's on fucking YouTube. That's where I saw it was on YouTube. Um, and I hate watching movies on YouTube. It just feels so dirty. It feels so wrong to watch a movie on YouTube. I'll watch a movie on like an illegal site, in Indian. Those like you watch movies on like weird websites with the like they make you watch it with Indian subtitles. I'll watch those. That's fine. But I feel wrong watching shit on YouTube. Movies, anyways. Obviously, I watch a lot of shit on YouTube. But full films feels weird on YouTube for some reason. I think I'm whatever platform provides the content, that's where you watch. Direct eye contact, what's up? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I've definitely always been a pirater. But I will say back in the day, I was a torrent, Pirate Bay. That was my jam. My favorite laptop I've ever owned was my first laptop. It was a black Dell. And I had Pirate Bay in a torrent app. What's it called? Like Magnet, something Magnet. I don't remember, but it's a pirate's favorite letter. It's gotta be R. It's gotta be R. But yeah, I remember that laptop went down because I went to pirate one of my favorite porn videos at the time. I talk about this all the time. I don't watch porn anymore. I think porn is there's a lot of stuff that says it's bad for you. No shade to anyone who does watch porn. I don't care what people do. Just for me personally, it's just not for me anymore. But back in the day, I was like probably like right out of high school. I think Layla Starr was like my favorite porn star. So I used to torrent Layla Starr videos, but and I got one that took down my laptop. Finally got one Layla Starr video that, either wasn't a video or had a virus or something. That was a sad day. I think it's R, but no, it's the C, the pirate stuff. Okay. That is a pretty good one. That is a pretty good one. I dropped my... God damn it. Ah, there it is. Whenever I'm sitting here, I have a guitar pick that I fidget with in my hands. And I sometimes drop it. Pirates. I'm torn on, like, the pirate genre. You know, like, pirates are cool, but sometimes they're not. Not a big fan of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I think they should make a pirate horror movie. I'm sure there's been one somewhere along the lines. But, yeah, like a horror film about just pirates killing each other. Or not each other, I guess, killing other people. I gotta stop fishing around on Twitter. Dude, I dropped the fucking pick again. This has been, like, the worst stream ever. This has been a terrible stream. I've dropped the pick multiple times. Twitter's giving me nothing. Twitter's giving me nothing. I got good clips, though. That's the most annoying thing. I've been streaming for long enough now that, once I say things... When I say things, I immediately know whether it's clippable or not. And it makes me feel cheap. Makes me feel like some kind of a whore. That when I talk, I'm, like, aware of, "Oh, I'm gonna clip that. Oh, I'm gonna use that for a YouTube short." Oh, man. I guess that's the point of YouTube, though, is trying to whore yourself out. Trying to get paid for being a whore. Proto Max, what's good? Sorry, I'm late. No, you're all good. You're all good. Direct Eye Contact was running a little bit of, was taking your job on the Twitch side for a little bit. Dude, do you like the video as soon as you get into the chat? I think I just noticed that, you commented, and then I went over to YouTube, and there's a like on the video now, which is funny. Nothing about us being cheap, investing into your channel. Yeah, I was talking to Trey about it, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, you'll start, like, noticing that you'll say shit, and then, like, I'm sure I feel like it's probably obvious now if people know me. When I repeat things multiple times, that's because in my head, I'm like, "Oh, I can clip that." But I want multiple takes so I can get the best one. So I start and I do repeat things a lot when I talk. If I think something's funny, I say it again. But, yeah, that's the key. If I repeat something multiple times, there's a good chance it's gonna get clipped and put on an Instagram post and in a YouTube short. Like, the sex murders joke I made earlier, that's now the title of the video, that is for sure gonna get, that's for sure getting a clip. I ran over some Ted Bundy stuff. It sucks you can't change the name of the Twitch streams in the middle of the stream. So, the stream went from being titled "Every Man Can Learn from Ted Bundy." That's what Twitch is now, and then it went to, on YouTube. Something to do with the Hard Eyes movie, because I got off on I was talking about the Hard Eyes movie again, and then I went back to Ted Bundy, and then I pulled up a clip, and they mentioned, they called his crimes sex murders, specifically, like, that was the term, was sex murders, and I was saying that'd be a great band name if you could do, like, a name and the sex murders. You know, like, those bands. What's one? What's one? I can never think of any. Like, what are those bands? Like, you know, like bands back in the day where it's like the singer's name and the something. You know, Marilyn Manson. He used to be Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids, which I gotta say is a stupid name. As much as I like Marilyn Manson, that's a terrible name. The Spooky Kids. Yeah, Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids. So that's the format, you know, somebody's name and the somethings. So yeah, I guess in this case it would be like Beckett and the Sex Murders. I'd want to do like Disco and the Sex Murders. That'd be great. I need to listen to you know, Marilyn Manson just put out that new album, and everyone says it's really fucking good. I've listened to like one or two songs on it, and they were both really good songs. So I guess I would totally believe that the new album is probably really good as a whole. I just haven't listened to the whole thing yet. I've only listened to the one or two songs. I think all of his charges just got dropped too. You know, he was in that whole Me Too thing with like Evan Rachel Wood. It sounds like that whole thing was bullshit though. It sounds like it was one of those things you weren't allowed to say online. But I think now that the case has been kind of dropped, I don't think anybody really cares. And plus everyone's kind of moved on from that anyways. He is kind of uncanceled by way of people just losing interest and moving on. But yeah, there's this girl on YouTube that does a lot of stuff about it, and she basically went down the rabbit hole and was like, "Yeah, no, all this is bullshit." I think Evan Rachel Wood like falsified documents to the FBI, like some crazy shit like that. That is like, why is this not getting brought up when people talk about this case? Dude, people keep messaging me. I posted that picture. I put those stickers on my car with the YouTube channel name. And Mark was like, "Oh, I'll buy one if you have extras." Yeah, you know, like he was saying, like he thought I made them. I was like, "No, I have an extra one. I'm gonna give it to Mark." I told him I'll mail it to him. I have an extra. Let me actually I have it right here. It's only 8 inches. I didn't realize how small 8 inches was. The ones that I have on my car are 12 inches, and then two of the 8 inch ones. But I bought more. I have like a 16 inch one on the way, and then two other 12 inch ones. So I told Mark I'll give him this 8 inch one because he said he put it on his car. And then Trey just messaged me and he's like, "I'll put one on my race car." I was like, "Well, damn, I can't pass that up." So it's a good thing I just bought a couple more because I'll give Trey one to put on his race car for sure. Yeah, it's funny. No, I didn't make them. There's, of course, there's a website. There's a big brand that makes custom stickers, and they make them with like you could do an Instagram logo or a TikTok logo or whatever social media platform you have. I remembered all the times, like when you go to the mall and there's like a tricked out, those kids with like the tricked out Honda Civic or something, and they've got their Instagram handle, and it's just like their car's Instagram. The thing that's funny is that I really only drive my car to work. So I was imagining, what if this backfires? What if this sits in my car or it's on my car in my work parking lot? And so like some manager from my work sees it and looks at this and then sees me talking about how Ted Bundy was a great ladies' man and how we're allowed to be racist against Russians and shit, and then I get fired. which I guess would be fine. If I got fired from my job, that might be awesome for this because I could talk a lot of shit on the channel, and I work for a place that everybody knows, so it'd be easy to make that into a whole fiasco. I could be like, "Yeah, this company supports the Russians. This company loves Vladimir Putin. This company is a bunch of Russian Putin sympathizers. They support the taking over of Ukraine. Fuck this company. They fired me for standing against Putin and the evil Russians." Dude, I think it'd be cool to move to Russia. I think Russia has, like, hot blonde girls. Dude, there's this girl who added me on Facebook, probably, like, a month or so ago. She's local, like, fairly local. Like, she's really hot, but, she's kinda, she's a girl of my age group, so she posts a lot about, she posts a lot about Donald Trump, and she posts a lot about, like, TikTok politics and stuff, and it's, like, super annoying. But, I can't I comment on some of her stuff, and she's, like, not very responsive, which is fine, but I got a little bit of a boost just because I'm like, "Oh, she added me." Like, you friend requested me. Now I comment on something, and you will, like, reply once, or you will, not reply to, I'm like, "Dude," which, I don't know, maybe that makes me sound like a dick. I'm not deserving of responses because you friend requested me, but at the same time, I'm like, "Dude, it's not like I added you. I didn't give a fuck about I don't know, I didn't give a fuck about you. I didn't know anything about your fucking Facebook group until you fucking added me. Now I'm trying to participate, and you're out here giving me the fucking cold shoulder. You fucking Ted Bundy groupie." I think, probably gonna cut it in, like, 15 minutes. I'm gonna cut it, like, 7:30, which means I'll fucking cut it on time tonight finally, if I do. If things go as planned, but they should. It's been a slow night. It's been a slow night. I'll take off. I'll, I'll go out for a fucking probably just gonna walk tonight. I think the weather's nice. Yeah, it's like 50 fucking 5 outside. Dude, I don't trust iPhone weather anymore. Cause I swear there are nights when I'll go out and my phone tells me it's like 49 degrees. And it's like perfect. I feel great. I could probably take off like my top sweatshirt. I usually wear 2 sweatshirts when I go out in the winter at night. And then there are nights when I'll look at my phone and it says it's like 52 degrees and it's fucking freezing. I'm like, dude, I can't even fucking handle this. I think different things matter, like moisture in the air or fucking wind or whatever, but I'm like, dude, this is bullshit. It feels better when it's 49 than when it's 52 or whatever the fuck I just said. Fucking iPhone weather, dude, it's all bullshit. And then I love it when I'll look at the weather and it'll say, they'll give you like up to the minute dates. Yeah, iPhone weather is full of shit. They'll give you like up to the minute updates and it'll say it's expected to rain from, look at the clock at like 8:45. Oh, it's gonna rain from 9 to 9:30. And then I'll go outside, it's 9:10, and I pull back up the weather app and it says nothing about the rain. Like it's trying to pretend like it just never said that it was gonna rain at 9. Like, what is this thing fucking talking about? Yeah, we need to go back to just getting our weather from the weatherman in the morning. Or we should just go back to just look outside your window in the morning, and that's what you got. That's what you're dealing with. If you can't figure it all out by looking out the window in the morning, then you can't be helped. I think Dr. Foxmeat is streaming tonight, and I might go crash his stream in chat. I'm not decided though. That depends. I guess that depends on if I start watching movies before then. He streams at 9. When he does, he streams on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 9 p.m. And sometimes I wonder if I should stream later. I mean, I don't think it really matters what time I stream at this point in my career. It's not like the difference between nobody and a bunch of people showing up in chat is going to be me streaming at 7 or me streaming at 9. It would be cool to do like all night streams at some point. At least like actual, like I get on at 7 and I'm fucking sitting here until midnight or 1 in the morning or some shit. But obviously I'll do that way later. I have to do at some point this week. I want to try making like an ad like for YouTube. Like I have an idea, but I'm gonna watch Fight Club tonight. Are you really gonna watch Fight Club? Dude, Fight Club, dude, you're gonna think Fight Club is awesome. Yeah, Fight Club is fucking awesome. Yeah, Austin used to make me watch that shit like every fucking day. And at the time I wasn't even into movies, so I really didn't get it. But dude, Brad Pitt is just so cool. Like there's nothing cooler than 1999 Brad Pitt with the fucking abs and the fucking spiky hair. It's like every dude should want to look like Brad Pitt in the movie Fight Club. It's fucking ridiculous how cool he looks. And then what's that broad's name? It's got that girl. Helena Bonham Carter. Bonham, I should say Bonham. Bonham sounds like I'm saying something funny. Yeah, Brad Pitt in the fight scene with no shirt on and like the cigarette. Like the 3/4 of the way smoked cigarette hanging out of his mouth. Yeah, he's just a fucking man. His hair, it's funny. The hair he has in that movie is hair that I always wanted when I was younger, but I didn't realize that you have to have like the right hair. Like Brad Pitt obviously has straighter hair than I did. I always had curly. I've always had wavy hair. I wouldn't say curly. I've got wavy hair and then some curls kind of naturally form. And then Goodfellas tomorrow. Dude, it's going to take me a while to watch Goodfellas. They've been real hyped up on Goodfellas. Yeah, Helena Bonham Carter. I should say Bonham. Definitely Bonham, not Bonham. Wasn't he who was she married to? Wasn't she married to Tim Burton? And then Tim Burton was always having her bang out Johnny Depp in movies? Legends of the Fall, Brad Pitt is something you can't refer to when asking for a haircut. Because no one has watched it. Legends of the Fall, what's he look like in that? My favorite Brad Pitt movie that nobody really cares about is World War Z. That zombie movie. Oh, Brad Pitt's hair is awesome in Legends of the Fall. Dude, this might be like the second coolest head of hair he's ever had. Dude, he looks like a fucking, like he's like in the Backstreet Boys. I've also never watched Meet Joe Black, but I've seen clips. There's a lot of Joe Black clips when you're scrolling through like Facebook videos and YouTube shorts. World War Z. is one of my favorite Brad Pitts, just because it's really the only horror movie. Well, is it the only horror movie Brad Pitt's ever done? And it might not even. I don't even think people consider it a horror movie. I think people just consider it like an action movie, but it's a zombie movie, which is kind of owned by the horror genre. He basically has Billy Ray Cyrus hair in that movie. Early 2000s Billy Ray Cyrus, not this modern day Rob Zombie Billy Ray Cyrus that we have. I'm happy to be a Googler. Happy to be a Jamie. Dude, direct. If I was like an actual serious, like if I was a streamer that had an actual audience, I would make you be what are they called in the chat? What are those things? The people that are like designated, like basically the police officers of people's chats. They have like the wrench by their name. I can't remember the fucking term. Someone's got to know it. A moderator, is that what it is? People have moderators in their chats. Yeah, mods. That's what I'd make you a mod in the chat if I actually had a chat. But considering you are all of chat, you are basically the mod of the chat by default. Jamie, look that shit up. Yeah, that'd also be cool. My goal, like if I had it my way, I wouldn't stream at my own house in my room. I would stream elsewhere. And I would have a nerd that does like I would assume what Jamie does for Joe Rogan, aside from Googling things on stream, is probably just everything. Like I would imagine Joe just shows up and Jamie's got the computers turned on and Joe just has to sit down and start smoking pot and say, all right, let's go. That's what I would like. To just have a dude do all the shit because I don't understand any of this stuff. This is why I've got such a piss poor looking stream. So I don't know how to do all this stuff. Yeah, I dual stream. YouTube. That's part of why I pop the comments up on screen because like you and Protomax wouldn't be able to see each other's comments if I didn't yeah, changing the scenes too. I don't have any people to change the cameras to though. It'd just be different angles of myself, I guess. And then volumes. You don't have to get on YouTube. I mean, you can do whatever whatever you want to do, whichever one you like. I'm gonna get out of here in like 10 minutes, anyways. Now I'm looking at all my stuff. I forget I have a logo I can pop up in the top right corner. I should delete that though. I'm never gonna use that because that looks stupid. I think I can move it. No, I can't. I can't even move it. That's a lot of the thing that sucks about this is that it's not very like customizable. Oh yeah, I can move it, but only to those two spots. You met my friends the other day. That was fun. Who are your friends? Online? I mean, they have to be online because I didn't go out the other day. On YT. Yeah, who did I meet on YouTube? The other day. The last time I was on YouTube was on Thursday. Talking High Culture. I remember you mentioned them, but no, I didn't raid them. I don't even know how to raid. Isn't raid like when you bombard someone's Twitch chat? Same on YouTube. Okay. Okay, so people can raid chats on YouTube too. Yeah, I didn't raid anybody. I don't even think I have a. I don't even have a way to raid someone if I wanted to. Don't you need like people to join you on this raid? Like, I think if I had enough followers, I could direct people to someone's, like, live stream and say, like, "Go rate this chat." And then that would essentially, like, boost their engagement all in one fell swoop or something. I think that's kind of the idea. I've seen it happen on other people's streams. They get rated. You can rate it with just yourself. I could have sworn we chatted about it. No, you mentioned that YouTube channel last time, sometime last week on stream, and I looked it up on my phone, and I watched, like, half of one of their videos after the last okay, yeah, so it was on Wednesday or Thursday. I will stop them. Stop them from what? You don't have to stop anything, or you stop them. What you don't have to I don't care what you do, I don't care what you say. I was just saying, no, I didn't rate their stream. Maybe I should. Do they stream? Maybe now I'm gonna go rate their next stream. If they stream, I'm gonna go rate their chat. If they stream, I'm gonna go in the next stream, and I'm gonna tell them that Direct Eye Contact sent me here with a mission to to raid this chat. But I'm only one person, so my thumbs will be doing a lot of work. Oh, they stream playing Nintendo games and smoking weed. That actually sounds like the best stream of all time. What else? What else could you ask for? Yeah, yeah, I remember. Okay, that's yeah, we talked about. I was saying I didn't realize you could smoke pot on YouTube. I remember that part. Now, yeah. I also learned. Oh man, I also learned that you can smoke pot on Twitch, which I didn't know either. I thought Twitch was like stricter than YouTube. I think they are in some regards. You know, um, in some regards, I think Twitch is stricter than YouTube. YouTube, I think, is strict if you're like famous. Like I can say things on YouTube that I'm pretty sure some people couldn't just because it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like I would imagine if I had like 1,000,000 subscribers, I might get into a little bit of trouble for like the last stream where I talked about how it's okay to be racist against Russians or something like that. But as of right now, it's not like they give a shit. Dude, I've been getting these spam comments on Twitch. Grilled Spice. It sucks because that's actually a cool name. Sucks that they are using their powers for evil. I don't know how to ban it though. Yeah, I never did before. Um, it's Dirty White Boy says it happens to him all the time. It's like someone trying to sell him a banner for his website or something. That's why you want mods. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is fucking true. I don't think I've ever gotten a spam comment on YouTube. One thing I noticed, when I first started streaming on YouTube, we used to get a decent handful of like random passersby. Like, one of my subscribers' name is Grimrock. He's this musician from Pennsylvania, and he's still around. I just found out he's just been sick for like a while. He sounds like he's got a flu or something. And but usually he'll pop up in chat. When he first found us, he was just scrolling through YouTube and he just like found the stream, and I would imagine he just saw the name of the channel and was like, "Oh, I'll check this out." and we just became, like, online friends. But we used to get random passersby, like, all the time. Like, I remember one time a guy showed up back when my old co-host Mark was on here, and this guy started talking about how Jesus was, like, a black transgender woman, and, Mark is, like, Mark is Christian, so Mark and this guy were going at it. But, work on your pauses and stating things. No, like, I just rant about certain things. He was around for a while, dot, 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 and then should I say the dot, dot, dot part out loud too? It could become, like, part of my character. Did he get cancer and die? Yeah, I just talked to him earlier today, and he did tell me that he has actually come down with a case of cancer, and he is dead now. He was around for a while, and then oh, wait, no, you were talking about Grimrock because I said, my buddy Grimrock got sick, and he got cancer and died. No, Grimrock will make a full recovery with the power of rock and roll. Grimrock will be back. Oh, yeah, YouTube comments. I don't get, like, random passersby anymore. I think maybe when I first started streaming, YouTube kind of gave me a little bit of a boost and, like, showed, just because it was, like, a new thing. I've heard that YouTube will do that. I think I've kind of fucked up when I started this channel. This channel has been a thing since, like, 2015. If you look at my channel's homepage and you go to, like, it'll say, like, it started in fucking 2015. 'Cause I use this channel to put up like, my earliest videos on this channel under the videos tab are songs from me and a girl that did music together. Yeah, March 2015. And then I eventually converted this into there's 6 episodes of a really shitty wrestling review podcast that a buddy of mine and I did, Radical Wrestling. We would just watch Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown and talk about them, literally, like, on our iPhone cameras and shit. Those are all privated right now, but they are still up on the channel, they're just private. And then, that was 2020. So anyways, what I'm saying is I fucked up by using this channel. I just renamed it Disco Acid Cult TV and used it because I read that when you start a new YouTube channel, YouTube will give you a little bit of a boost in engagement just because you're new, so they'll kinda push it a little bit to try and drag some people in. And I lost out on that because I didn't bother making a new channel. But part of the reason I use this channel is because it had like 100 subscribers when I started. I say that it had like 75. So keep in mind when you look at my subscriber count, it says like 169. Like 75 of those are people that have just been here since like 2015 that I can't tell you who they are or if they're even real or not. Uh, I can't click links on here. You know what I can do though? Just because I'm curious to see what this link is. Oh, no, damn it. You should be using this channel to figure out what you want to present to the world. I still don't even necessarily know what I wanna sorry, I was looking at that thing, the Dennis Leary thing you said. Uh, what I wanna present to the world with this channel, I was just talking earlier about before, you or Protomax were here. It sucks because I'm too old to do stuff like this, but I will say that there's some things I'm not quite at the age yet where I wouldn't do it, so I would do this. If I had a cameraman I have a GoPro camera, and I have one of those a wireless, like, lavalier mic. I could, like, clip it on and kinda hide it. Maybe I could, like, stick the cameraman, like, behind a bush or something. I would like to do, picking up girls like Ted Bundy video, you know? I go to the college town that I live next to, and I buy a cast. I put a cast on my arm. You carry around a heavy book bag, and you ask girls to help you carry the book bag back to your car, and then I would ask for the girl's number. That would be fun. That's like my biggest idea that I have for a video that I won't ever get to do until I get the channel big enough to where I have people volunteering to, do like camera stuff. I had one other idea that I can't remember off the top of my head. What I was saying was that I'm too old to be doing that. I'm too old to be going to a college town, with a cameraman asking girls to help me carry books to a car and then ask them for their number. But I would still do it because I'm not too old, with like multiple O's. I'm too old with only two O's, but like four O's, no, I could still do it. But what I was saying is I am almost to the age where I will be too old to do it. I'm almost old enough to where the only content I'll be able to make is where like I like go to pride festivals and hold a sign that says Jesus loves you and like let gay people get mad at me. That's the age I'm getting to. We're probably looking at like 4 or 5 more years, and that will be the only acceptable form of content for me to make is carrying around Jesus loves you signs at gay pride festivals. And that's gonna suck because I don't even actually feel that way, So I'd have people coming up and getting mad at me. Like, "Don't get mad at me. I don't think this. This is how old I am. This is the only form of content I'm allowed to make in my age," you know? You're thinking too inside the box. My Ted Bundy video is totally outside the box, dude. That's genius. That's a genius idea. You know those, like, stupid videos where you see, like, a guy walks around a college campus and asks girls, like, stupid questions like, "Oh, what's your body count?" You know what I mean? That's inside the box, but outside the box is the Ted Bundy method. You combine the art of talking to girls. Yeah, it's kinda like a prank video, but it's just me picking up girls using the Ted Bundy method. I'm a big advocate for Ted Bundy on this channel. That is one thing I know, is Ted Bundy actually had Riz. That's what I'm saying. I would actually, wait, the direct eye contact's coming in with it at the last second. He's gonna say at the last second, hit them over the head with a crowbar. Yeah, at the last second, pull out the crowbar and be like, "No, we're doing the real Ted Bundy shit." You could get those camera glasses and do it. That would be less suspicious too. Yeah, but I feel like it's gotta be, you already know what I'm talking about. It's gotta be the kind of angle, that you see in the videos where it's like a guy talking to, you've gotta see the guy talking to the girls. The camera glasses would be cool. There's some good ideas I could come up with the camera glasses. An example of how much of an improvement that idea is from some of my old ideas, I think one of my, like, very first ideas before I ever even, like, actually made the channel was I thought it would be cool to, like, go into, like, a Target and set up one of those, those little toy basketball hoops you put on the back of a door, it's small and plastic and, like, a cardboard backboard. Set up one of those and, like, get 10 dudes in a Target to actually play a game. But I would imagine there's a million videos on YouTube of people playing basketball inside of a Target. Those videos I'm definitely too old for. That I'll say. I'm actually too old to be, like, going into a store and causing, like, a real nuisance. At least the Bundy video, I'm not really harassing anybody or, like, causing any kind of a nuisance. I'm actually literally just asking girls to help me carry books to my car, It just so happens that the context I'm doing it in is the method that a serial killer used to, like, murder possibly 100 women in the '70s, shit like that. But, yeah, yeah, that stuff gets you trespassed. And I mean, if you're smart, you just go to a Target out of town that you never go to anyways. Like, I would go to the Target, where my ex-girlfriend where we used to live, because I don't go in there anymore usually. turn it into a teaching moment. Yeah, I pull out the crowbar and say, "You should never help a guy carry. You should never help a guy with his books." I could have Ted Bundy'd your ass right now. There's a great, see, I said I was gonna go in, like, 10 minutes, and it's, like, 7:40. I'll go at, like, 8. That's what I'll do. There's a great, of course, there's a great old Danny Mullen video that I'm thinking about where Danny this is, like, the stuff I wish I could still do. I think Danny was, like, in his late 20s when he was doing this stuff that I'm about to pull up. If this video's still on YouTube, he has deleted a lot of his old videos. And I might not even be able to find them because I just would have to sit here and, like, scour through videos that I don't really feel like doing right now. Shit. Alright, give me a fucking minute. You ain't date a guy less than 6'5", and you're complaining now after you got got. 6'5", that's harsh. I'm 6'3". It really sucks that, it really sucks that it's almost like a meme now that girls will only date guys. Like, guys that are over 6 feet are incredibly desirable. Because I've been down bad. Like I always talk about, I've been down bad for, like, fucking 5 years. But if I was still in my prime, in this era, it'd be awesome because I'm 6'3", so, like, I'd probably be killing it right now. I'm just past my prime, so and when you're past your prime, being 6'3" doesn't really mean anything. 'Cause what the fuck you gonna do, you know? Dude, I swear I'm not gonna be able to find this fucking video. I'm gonna be so bummed out with myself. Dude, it's one of those classic videos where he just goes to a fucking college campus and just, like, fucks shit up. 'Cause you don't play basketball. I used to play basketball. I played basketball in, like, grade school, and then I remember I tried out for the team in 7th grade, and I didn't make it, and pretty much after that, I stopped playing. The real nail in the coffin was when I started playing guitar, though, because I, like, literally consciously was like, "I'm gonna start smoking cigarettes and grow my hair out," and, like, you can't do that and play basketball at the same time. I mean, I guess you could. I think a lot of the dudes in the '80s, like, smoked cigarettes on break and shit, but, yeah, YouTube did kill all the good videos. YouTube, along with people just, like, making so much money that, like, you can't blame some of the YouTubers, they make so much money. It's like, I can't blame you for, censoring all your shit, you're making a shit ton of money, like, I'd probably sell out too if I was making that much money. Dude, I'm just going through all of his old videos. Sell out never, money is one thing. Yeah, no, I like to think I would never sell out, but, I'm just honest, at the same time, no I've never had $1,000,000 in front of me. I'm not gonna act like I know how I would act if that was put in front of me, you know? I'd go through a phase, I'd probably go through a crash out phase. Like I said, I like to think I wouldn't. Yeah, morals are another. There's also a difference between morals and selling out though, like If I get on YouTube and I stop cussing, that's a sellout thing if I stop cussing because somebody is paying me to not cuss, but I don't think that makes me a bad moral person, you know? If anything, sometimes it's better morals to sell out, like, what if I have kids and a wife and, I'm struggling to, pay the bills? I would argue that it is good morals to take the money and sell out because you're taking care of your family. Dude, I can't believe I just can't find this video. Danny Mullen's old videos were so good. There was, like, so much stuff packed into them that it's, like, hard to find certain bits because 'cause there'll just be a video that's like, you know, going to this town, but then there's, like, 20 things in the video just because he just had so much good stuff packed into every video. The catastrophic question of all men, what if? What if I do a good job? What if I become successful? Watch the asshole video because it's iconic and it feels so right. Not that you are an asshole, but the song feels so good right now. You lost me like halfway through that. What if I do a good job? That is the question. I don't think I've ever really done, well, I know I've done a lot of good jobs at certain things, but nowadays, I would argue that the things I do nowadays, I don't necessarily do so good at. Fear of success. What ifs will ruin your life? Can't think of what ifs if all I can do is your best with what you got. Oh, dude, this is terrible. I gotta give up. I gotta give up. I'm not gonna find this video. Oh, yeah, I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed I couldn't find it. There was like a college campus. These girls were having, like, some kinda sale. It was like a big From extreme regret, nostalgia, and what ifs fucking make it way worse. Yeah, I get the nostalgia bug a lot. At the same time, in my case, it might not even necessarily be nostalgia. I think a lot of it is just that my life was like legitimately better than it is, life's pretty not so swell at the moment, but I've done a lot of cool stuff before. I think nostalgia is just more like I like MySpace better than Facebook. As far as my old life, it like objectively was better than the life I'm living now. Regret, yeah, that's like the biggest one, of course. There's like some shit that if I did differently, I would not be sitting on YouTube right now. What's the YT? I'm on. It's Danny Mullen. That's the name of the channel that I'm on. I have no idea who is Fizzle Gig. That's awesome. Oh, are you Fizzle Gig? Did you change your name? Did you change your name from Direct Eye Contact to Fizzle Gig? Oh, so loud on YouTube versus Twitch. Oh, that's weird. I didn't realize there was like a volume difference. That's awesome though. I'm glad if you came on here and I just like burst into your ears. I'm always happy to do that. Being an adult sucks. People treat us like dog shit for stuff that's out of your control. Yeah, pretty much. No. Fizz is banned on Twitch. Dude, I'm so confused. You've got to be Direct Eye Contact just on YouTube under the name Fizzle Gig. Anyways, Fizzle Gig, the YouTube, or no, sorry, back to the Direct Eye Contact. What's the YouTube? Yeah, Danny Mullen. The channel is just called Danny Mullen. It's his videos. He had a Prime back in the day. Working IT support. Oh yeah, people probably treat you like shit for sure. You were the main villain of the Hard Eyes movie, by the way, the IT guy. So you are a slasher villain. So that's why people treat IT people like shit, because IT people are slasher villains that are going around killing couples on Valentine's Day. I call you Direct on Twitch, and then yeah, Fizz. I'll use Fizz for Fizzle Gig. Dude, you're great with names. You should make a YouTube channel because you would think of a good name. Fucking Fizzle Gig. That's awesome. Direct Eye Contact is still my favorite. That's awesome. Everyone loves Direct Eye Contact. That's not true, actually. That is definitely not true. Oh, what was I saying? Yeah, it's Danny Mullen's channel. It's an old video. There's a video of him. There's a lot of videos back in the day. He used to just go on to college campuses and like mess with people. But I guess the one in particular that I'm looking for, I guess it might not even be, like I said, he's deleted a lot of his old videos just because he got big. And a lot of his old stuff was like objectively offensive. Like it was meant to be that way. The only blood that I shed on Valentine's Day is because my girl was having her visitor. I mean, is it still your girl though? Or is it like an ex-girl who's having a new visitor? If that's the case, then I would understand. But if you're saying that your girl has visitors at all, this is where I would start questioning things. Alright, you know what? The YouTube ads are making this hard. I have another one. We'll do this one instead. This all goes back to me saying that, I'm too old to harass college people on like, in college towns. Monthly visitor, come on now. Deduce. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. That's gross. I was never down for that. There are some I respect men that are down for the Red Wings. I respect it. I'm not down for it. There have been times when, like, my girlfriend would be like, "Oh, I just it just stopped, like, yesterday," and even then, I'm like, I'll wait a little bit longer, you know? I'll give you another day or 2 to take an extra shower or something, like, I'll pass. So, yeah, I respect the guys that are down for that shit because 'cause I've always been, pretty timid when it comes to the monthly visitor. Alright, this is all I'm saying. This is he does, like, this fake crossing guard thing.
He's a good wrestler. I could feel he was a strong wrestler.
So he's in the crossing guard uniform right now, and he's walking up to a group of girls on a college campus. And keep in mind, I wouldn't even wanna do this on the campus. I mean, I guess I could do it on campus in the town, but just around town in general is where I would wanna do it. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. I would do it on campus at UC Davis. That would be awesome.
It's another day keeping the campus safe, eh, brothers? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks, brother.
Someone he passed that off really well too. Someone recognized him and said, "I like your videos," and just, "Oh, thanks," and then keeps going. Never breaking character. This is classic Danny Mullen.
Sorry to interrupt y'all. I'm with the campus sexual safety committee, and actually this gentleman right here was exhibiting 3 of the 5 signs of imminent sexual assault. So by university mandate, I had to come over, publicly give him the sign, and also read him a short story detailing a rape written by Madison Edwards of Brown University.
Actually, we're doing a retreat right now. We're doing curriculum building, so can we...
This is my job, missus. This isn't negotiable. If this guy's being hostile, I have to read it.
He's not. He's not. All the women will say he's not.
I need 9/10 vote.
Yes.
They're looking skeptical. They look threatened.
Yeah, they look sorry. Can you stop interrupting us? I'm so sorry. This is an actual...
It's a really well-crafted short story.
Sorry.
The prose is a little purple. She's in love with her vocabulary.
Fizz, yeah, I live right next to I live in a town very close to UC Davis. That would be part of the charm. It has to be a liberal college. You know, because if I get a liberal girl's number while doing the Ted Bundy thing, that'd be awesome. And the thing is, these girls, it's not like they're gonna know. That's gonna be the best part. So the video would start off with me doing like a like a not like a report, but the video would start off with me here, and I would be explaining, when Ted Bundy was doing his thing, he put a cast on his arm and he'd go around to girls asking for help with a book bag. And then when they got back to the car in the secluded place, he would, knock them out and throw them in the car and drive them or whatever. And then it would cut to, the actual video on the campus where it's me walking around with a cast on my arm. And I asked girls, "Hey, can you help me get this book bag back to my car? My arm's hurting," or whatever. And then I just ask for their number. I don't hit them in the head with a crowbar and drive them out to the back roads. I ask for their phone number once we get back to the car. And then if they say yes, then I successfully picked up girls doing the Ted Bundy thing. And they have no idea. Because, that's the best part about that school. Those girls don't know that shit. If/when you need someone to help execute this vision. See, I know you recognize the genius of this plan. And the best part is if I do get maced, like if I do get maced, if a girl pulls out the fucking pepper spray, then even better. Even better. That'd make the video even better. I can/will help facilitate this. Facilitate. I just need to hide with a camera for the most part. One of the problems I have with it, honestly, like even if I got you to agree to like hide in some bushes with a camera, and now that I think about it, all I have is a GoPro. I don't know how far a GoPro can shoot. Um, so that part might be kind of hard. But my problem is, even if it is a video that I'm able to do and I do it with someone, it's my only idea right now. I don't have any other ideas. So it would really suck to do one video that, if I'm being honest right now, would probably get like 10 views because that's just where my channel's at the moment. But, and then I would just kind of, just kind of fade again because I wouldn't have anything else to do. Like, I would feel like if I'm going to do it, I should wait until I have at least a couple video ideas in my head. What? No, we're not communicating with what do you mean? We gotta tell the cops what we're doing? No, that's the worst idea. That's not what this channel's all about. We're not doing all that. We're just going for we're not doing anything wrong, dude. We're recording a video and I'm asking girls for their number. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's part of the genius of it is that I'm not doing anything. Like right now in this Danny Mullen video, I mean, he's like talking to people about kind of like inappropriate stuff. Not that I even think that's like a bad thing, but would girls call the cops on me? Would they be like, "There's a guy with a cast on asking girls for help to his car with a book bag"? I guess in that town, I guess they could. I guess, yeah, they might, but, I don't think sure, the cops show up and they say, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I say, "Oh, I have a broken arm. I'm asking for girls to help." And if they spot my camera guy to say, "Okay, look, I'm making a fucking video." Genius like Johnny Somali. You should make another YouTube channel called Johnny Somali at this point. Yeah, yeah, it's public. I can record. The only reason they would tell me I can't record is if I was walking around at a pride parade with a sign that says Jesus loves you. But I'm not doing that, so I should be good. There's an Instagram channel or a page I found where a guy walks around. It's like some town in the Midwest. And he has a sign that says trans women are men. And he walks around with it. And people call the cops on him. And he goes to the police station and you can get a Freedom of Information Act for phone calls. So he gets the 911 calls and he puts the clips up of him walking around with the sign. And then it'll be like cars driving by and they throw stuff at him and he'll overlay the audio of the phone call. And people will call and they're like, there's a man here with an offensive sign and he's causing chaos and he's saying hurtful. It's crazy, dude. It's like the funniest thing. Yeah, worst case scenario, they think you're a scammer or some shit and call the cops. Yeah, no, I think it's a good plan. There's no way I could get in trouble. There's no way. I'm not doing anything wrong at all, except for being a little too old to be hanging out on a college campus. That honestly, that'd probably be the worst part is they'd be like, "Hey, you're old." Like, dude, what are you doing here? You're old. But Ted Bundy was also old when he was doing that. He was like, how old was he? That's what I should figure out. That's what I should figure out. Fuck this. Let me get this Danny Mullen shit off the screen. It was funny while it lasted. All right, here we go. Now we're doing real research. Ted Bundy was born in 1946. All right, so keep that in mind. Someone's going to have to do this math for me real quick. Let me go to the murder spree in the western states because that's when he was doing it, was in Washington. Was born in 1946. Let me find one of the murders where he asks a girl for help. Okay, yeah. He had a leg cast on with crutches and a briefcase. Dude, that's even better than just the arm cast. So he was born in 1946, and this murder happens in 1974. So somebody do the math. If he was born in 46, how old is he in 74? "28." Okay, so Ted Bundy was 28, walking around college campuses asking girls for help with, 28, 29, 33. I'm 3 years older than that. That's okay, right? Like, that's I guess that's doable. Yeah, he was older than he should be. Because Davis chicks be like this? What is the this? Yeah, no, that would be my biggest concern. That a girl would look at me and she'd say, "Hey, you're old. Like, what are you doing here? Why are you carrying books? You don't go to school here." Is there a good time to do this? Like, would there be, like, a time that it doesn't make sense that I'm carrying books around the campus? Like, what if I go do it and they're like, we've been on break for 2 weeks. Like, what are you doing with books?" I guess that's what else I should look into. Like, is there a good time of year to do this? What's the worst time of year to do it? And no shade, you still look like a child. No, that's honestly the greatest compliment you can give me at this point in my life. So yeah, no shade taken at all. Actually, direct sunshine. I take direct sunshine from that comment. My hair is not as good looking as it is on this screen in 720p. It's a bit more dried out. Um, from my age. It's so there's that. There's that. I don't look as young as I do in real life or on the stream. You know what I'm trying to say? The stream helps me. Say you're a grad student. Are grad students 31? Is that a thing? Are there 30? This is part of why I don't even ever want to go back to college because I only wanted to go to college when it was like you're like 19, 20, when you can do college stuff. You don't go back to college in your 30s and like party with 19-year-old girls, and that's the only reason I'd want to go to college. But I lost that time period. So best time is after rush week. Yeah, when is rush week? I'm 48. So Fizzle Gig, here's the thing about me. People know this when they watch enough of this. To me, I'm 31 and I consider myself like way too old to be doing anything. But I have a weird like my standards for myself are different. So like you're 48, I would tell you you're young, you've got your whole life ahead of you, like make a YouTube channel, go talk to college girls. But then turn around and point to me and I'm too old. I should not be doing this. I should be working 24 hours a day. I should have a wife and children. I mean, I would like a wife and children, but that's obviously not going to happen anytime in the future at this point. So, cut off 12 inches in the last month. Oh, okay, so my hair won't even. I mean, my hair. I'm probably going to lose my hair realistically. You look at like the dudes in my family. I'm definitely going to lose my hair before. Like, I should start thinking about cutting my hair now, honestly. But so if you even have 12 inches, then you're doing way better than me. Grad students in their 40s. Okay, yeah, no, this sounds doable. This sounds like I could do this. I could do this shit. I could survive on a college campus with a cast on my arm. Always been friends with people way younger than me, people way older than me. I've always been around obviously way different scenarios, but I've never done meth. Heroin was my thing of choice for many years. But because of that, you're around people that do everything. And in the meth world, people don't care about age. I've noticed that. In the meth world, you'll see people in their teenage years hanging out with people in their 50s, which normally, yes, you say that and it's creepy, but then you realize, oh, it's just because like the guy who's 52 just happens to have meth. Or oh, the 18-year-old girl just happens to have meth. Heroin, it's really not like that. I don't know why. Heroin, maybe because people who are on heroin don't make it to their 50s is honestly like the first thing that I think about. You just don't make it to that old. But people on meth, like I used to have a dealer, um, and her drug of choice was meth, but she sold heroin. So sometimes I'd like hit her up to buy something, and she'd be like coming out to my car, And, yes, exactly, meth is age indiscriminate. And she would say, "Hey, can I bring my buddy, my friend? I'm gonna bring him with me to wherever I was taking her." And I'd say, "Oh, yeah, sure." And dude, she'd get in my car, she's got, like, this fucking, like, 57-year-old dude. I'm like, "Dude, like, somebody's gonna see me with, like, a 57-year-old man in my car." Like, dude. But yeah, no, people when yeah, no, they'll just, yeah, exactly, exactly. Heroin's nothing I ever fucked with. Yeah, it's a good call, don't ever. I tell people just don't bother. Because once you do it, you can't go back. The grass is always greener, you know? No matter what happens to me, I know that everything could be better in a matter of seconds if I just had a bag. And, just, like, having that thought just kinda, like, makes everything, you know? When it's, like, 6 in the morning and I'm enjoying my morning cup of coffee, I'm legitimately always thinking, like, "This would go better with some fentanyl right now. This would be awesome." You know what's nice? Morning coffee, but you know what's nicer? Morning fentanyl. And it just never leaves. It just never fucking leaves your head. So, yeah, so I just don't bother, you know, because it's just never gonna leave you alone. And then, everything else, like, "Oh, man, I really fucked up with my ex-girlfriend. I wish I didn't fuck that up." Oh, but you know what would make me forget about that for, like, a couple hours is some fucking fentanyl, so it's you just yeah, just don't bother. Weed, shrooms, acid, coke. I've also done cocaine twice. I wanna do it again, though, and I have a decent reason, I think. I've I've done it twice, and I hated it both times, but the 2 times I did it, it was not right timing. It was in my friend's dark bedroom. Like, we were watching Criminal Minds in his room, like, smoking cigarettes, and he just had it and was like, Do you want some cocaine?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I snorted this line, and then I just sat on his bed and smoked a cigarette and watched Criminal Minds in a dark room. And so I was just kinda anxious as fuck, like, just sitting there for, and I was like, "This sucks." But I would imagine if I actually, like, went to Vegas, me and my buddies go to Vegas because I have a friend that lives there, like, if I'm in Vegas at a club watching Lil Jon DJ a set, maybe that's the time to do it, you know what I mean? That's what I think about is that maybe, I should do cocaine at a club in Vegas, not in a dark bedroom watching Criminal Minds. I'm trying to convince my friend because one of my friends is like, "No, you're a junkie. You're not gonna do cocaine." And I keep telling him, I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, but I don't it's not, it's like the same with drinking. I can drink all I want and stop whenever and not drink it. I'm only a I joke, I'm a one trick pony. If it's not an opiate, I don't have a problem with it. If it's heroin or it's fentanyl, then you should be concerned. Once I start saying, "Hey, let's get a bag of fentanyl," then you should be concerned. But if I'm saying, "Let's go to a club and get a fucking dub of cocaine," you know, that's nothing to worry about. Regrets are the foundation of the new you. Yeah, but regrets can also, like, stop you from becoming the new you. Some people are good at using that shit, and some people are good at getting destroyed by that shit, and I've never been good at using negative things like that. I let regrets and shit like that I just let that shit ruin me. First time I did it, I probably should have died. The next day, I had no coke, and I felt it, and I realized, "Oh, this is the pull." How much did you do? Because I never got that. Like I said, when I did it the 2 times, I literally just did 1 line. I remember very specifically, I had drum beats. I was, like, making up drums in my head for, like, a song that I was working on at the time, and I was, like, very obsessively thinking about this drum beat, and I was just kind of anxious for, like, 20 minutes, and that was it. That was all that happened. There was nothing else. There was no other feeling. There was no there was no pull. There was no come down. So, yeah, I don't know. I didn't do a lot. I know that. Like I said, I'm sure the setting wasn't, an ideal choice, but, I was on a plane from Pittsburgh to Vegas. Is that when you did the cocaine? Because yeah, that would be terrible. It was just a straw in a bag. That's awesome, actually. Yeah, I could see being on a plane. That's got to be a terrible place to do it, dude. On a plane, I can't even stand up all the way on an airplane. I couldn't imagine doing fucking cocaine on an airplane. A plane, that's when you wanna do downers. If you're on a plane, that's when you want some fentanyl. You gotta go into the bathroom and, freebase that shit. Freebase is smoking off a foil, right? Can somebody confirm this for me? Like, freebase is when you smoke something off of a foil? Because you always hear people say freebase, and they never really say what it is. Correct. Okay, so I was a freebaser. That's my preferred method of doing my heroin or fentanyl. I'm terrified of needles. I will never stick a needle in my arm. Coincidentally, that is probably the reason I'm alive today, because my appetite for these drugs is fucking voracious. So I would imagine the fact that I always freebased my shit. Now I can start using that term. That sounds way cooler than just smoking. The fact that I always smoked my shit is probably why I just never died, because I've 5,000% would have shot up some fucking crazy, like, I put like $100 bag on a needle if I could. Just because I fucking like smoked $100 bags like some days. Yeah, yeah. I also am like a natural. You say you're a smoker. I like the act. Like I smoke cigarettes. I like the act of putting a thing to my lips and pulling it in and inhaling, and you taste it and you get to watch the smoke. But I like smoking things. I always like smoking hookah. I hate vape pens, but my buddy, when he was doing the whole cloud chasing thing, I hit his fucking thing and blow out smoke and do stuff. Yeah, I like smoking. I like the taste of tobacco. I like the taste of fentanyl, dude. A good bag of fentanyl, you smoke that shit tastes so good. That's honestly part of why you move over from heroin to fentanyl. Heroin tastes like shit. Fentanyl tastes fucking awesome. Injections, how you end up with ODs and diseases. I like smoke, actual smoke. Yeah, hell yeah. If I was shooting up, I would have died for sure. I for sure would have died. I was the dude. So when I was doing the fentanyl thing, um, I was like going to my dealers. My dealer was like living in a Motel 6. And dealers are usually I hate to use the term tough guy as if like I'm a guy from the 80s, but dealers are like the guys that portray themselves to be like tough dudes basically. And so I'd go into like a Motel 6 with my dealer and like two other dudes, like just fucking off the streets. And because I was me, like I could show up wearing girls' jeans, or I could show up with my nails painted from the night before. I could show up with like, when I went on to fentanyl, I wasn't quite as bodacious as I used to be. But like younger days, like doing heroin, I might show up with eyeshadow still on my eyes from the night before. I was not like the most masculine looking dude. So I'd walk into the room and everyone's looking at me like this fucking pussy is here to buy heroin. What is he gonna? So my way of like compensating and proving that I belong in the Motel 6 room was to basically like smoke more than everybody, like to do more drugs than everybody. So it would get to the point where like I'd be smoking fentanyl in a room with my dealer and like two other dealers, and my dealer I'd go to take another hit or put another rock on the foil, and he'd be like, "Hey, you got to go." Like, dude, what are you talking about? He's like, dude, I like if you're gonna keep smoking, you got to go. Like, I don't need you like getting like dying in my room or something. Like, you need to go if you're gonna keep getting high. Like, okay, yeah, for sure, whatever. Fucking wuss. I'd like drive to a gas station parking lot and smoke for like 6 more hours. Like I just smoke. Like I just smoke like the fucking like I said, I'd smoke like the $100 bag I just bought, and then I'd go back and buy more just to like talk shit to him about how he kicked me out of his room 3 hours ago and I'm back to buy more. So that was always my thing. So if I ever got into the intravenous route, yeah, I probably would not have made it. But I think they say it feels awesome when you die. You know, because when you overdose on that shit, you're high as can be. You just kinda go out feeling like you're floating. So if I was gonna take myself out, that'd be the way I wanna go. Gotta prove you mean business. Yeah, pretty much. You can't yeah, those people, if they think you're a pussy too, they'll rip you off, you know? So you really do have to you show up, you show them that you know what you're talking about. And then they'll, "Okay, yeah, this guy knows his stuff," you know? There's something to be said about not looking like a regular crackhead. Because regular crackheads don't show up in fishnet stockings and ripped jean shorts and neon green shit. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's super true. You can't just show up looking like a regular crackhead. Yeah, yeah, no, that was always my thing. I always hated looking like because I was always the cool guy in the room in my circles, like when I was playing shows, and it was like scene kids and, like hipsters and girls wearing fedoras and leather jackets and shit. But then I would go straight from there to the Motel 6 room. So it didn't translate very well to go from, one to the next. So I had to prove myself some way. And so, yeah, that was just, just doing more drugs than everybody. And I just always, your tolerance gets high. Um, I do know my tolerance is, it gets higher than most people's. Because like I said, even aside from me, like, trying to outdo everybody, again, I'd be, like, in Motel 6 rooms and people are just, like, they're all nodding off. I literally have many memories of just being, like, the only person awake, like, in a room full of dealers, like, smoking and just like, "Dude, you guys are all fucking pussies. Like, when I'm gonna steal rocks from all of you right now. Just grab a rock from everyone's bag and just fucking walk out the door." Del Paso Heights. I've never hung out on Del Paso Heights. You're talking like, isn't that Sacramento though? Dude, I never got down in Sacramento. I'll talk a little bit geographically just because I know nobody's gonna watch the stream or nobody's around. Most of my drugs were done in like well, that's not true. Early in my career, it was Vacaville. We went a little bit into Vallejo. That got a little sketchy sometimes. We did a lot in Central Valley. We went to Lodi and Galt. Stockton, when we had to. Stockton's always somehow the Central Valley has always pulled me back to it. Before I was on hard drugs and I was playing playing rock shows with my band. We'd play a lot of house parties in the Central Valley. Fast forward like 2 or 3 years down the line, my band is broken up. I'm directionless at this point. I've got nothing going on, so I'm just doing drugs. I find dealers in the Central Valley. See, a lot of time spent I lived in Galt. I lived in Lodi for a little bit. I lived in my dealer's house for a while. And then, after that, I quit and then got into fentanyl, and that was Vacaville also. So a lot of Vacaville, mostly Vacaville and Central Valley. Those are the 2 big hubs for my use. Yeah, coolness does not translate from group to group. What is the name of the cow in Spanish? Yeah, fucking vaca. Fucking vaca? Is it vaca? What do you mean? Are you asking if there's, like, a space in between it? You know what Vacaville is. Oh, you're saying the way I pronounce it, like, you're telling me it's Vacaville. Do you call it Vacaville? Dude, no one calls it Vacaville. No, dude, that sounds so gay. I don't care if it's pronounced Vacaville. It's Vacaville. You listen to the song "Ice Cream Man" by Drew Down. Oh, you know what? Let's pull up those lyrics, dude. That's classic stuff right here. Drew Down, Ice Cream Man. He says, "Or get your ass sent to Vacaville." Talking about the prison. I love rap songs with, like, local. Oh god, the lyrics are just like a big mess on this website. Let me see. Well, it's the Coca-Cola man, bitch. Can't beat the feeling. Or the real thing. Yeah, I got cream. Let me get to the Vacaville line. It's a song about selling crack. Everyone should listen to it. Ice Cream Man by Drew Down. Oakland rapper, dude. He's the man. Rescue 911, Can You Feel Me, Ice Cream Man. It's classic stuff. This is like stuff I remember from my childhood, stuff I grew up with. Dude, I'm looking for this fucking line, dude. Where is it? Like I said, when I read rap lyrics, I have to replace a certain line, a certain word. I replace it with the word dude. Dude's jealous because I got good crack cola when they shit is packed with baking soda. Hop on the bandwagon, why not? When I'm gone, dudes claim they got the same shit that I got. It's because I'm like taking the money and the power. It's the lick because I cook my shit from powder with a little bit of cut in it. All you got is a couple bucks. Go ahead and spend it. We're coming up on it. It's all good, but money ain't all good because a raw deal will get your ass sent to Vacaville. My Vic don't have no bucks with him that bring these unknown dudes claiming that it's they peoples, but I don't fuck with them. Get up and steal me hella stereo components to snatch it up before these other dudes get up on it. Wanna be fine and dandy with that candy on your hooter? Shoot a fiend something for a sack of Buddha. I got the bomb, motherfucker peep. I'm gonna slip and say this word one day, I swear to God. Dudes jump on their feet when they hear the music in the streets. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Rush to the van so you can catch the ice cream man. Bitch, don't you hear the music? And then you hear the ice cream song, the dun, 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 dun. And then you go back to the Willis, the Coca-Cola man, bitch can't beat the feeling. It's a great song. It's a great track. Vacaville and El Stockton. Disrespect to the actual name. I'm from Maryland. I say Taha Te Teha Choppy? Teha Cappy? In real terms, I don't care, but listening to Cali people pronounce Cali town names is hilarious. Dude, the California language is, it is definitely a real thing. I realized that I can't stop saying the words like and, I've, like, consciously tried to stop, and it just, I just said, like, I just ended the sentence with, it just is how it is. It sucks when I'm editing videos, like, editing clips. I just said, you see, like, I'll slip, in everything. And I'm trying to now I'm, like, super conscious of when I'm saying it. I'm trying to delete or, like, cut out little, like, likes and uhs, but, they're so close to words that I say. Like, I will say, and then directly and, like, the word, might as well be attached to the next word, so you can't always cut it out. So sometimes it's just in there. Yeah, because Cali people think they're normal compared to the rest of the country. Yeah, no, I think that's what separates some of us. Like, I acknowledge that we're probably, like, the fucking weirdest state. We're, like, the weirdest state of fucking people in the country. There's definitely weirder people, but, like, as a whole, and I always say that we are from a different California. Like, when people think of California, they think of Hollywood. Northern California is way different. We definitely have rednecks and right wingers and cowboys and farmers and shit. But they're still like you're still kind of California, regardless. Me and Dirty White Boy talk about it all the time. Whenever we talk to people online and they ask where you're from, you say California, but then you have to specify. I grew up in a town where we drove around in the back roads. Like that was our idea of a party on a Friday night was you drove around the back roads at 1 a.m. Because that's just, you would have to pass around the Mexican guy driving a tractor. while you're like drinking a 40 of Cobra. Like that's a Friday afternoon in the town that I grew up in. So it's not like Hollywood, but we still do have the language and we still do have the California in your DNA. Regardless of how many Mexican driven tractors you've passed in the back roads, you still are from California. Except for everyone that wants to be in Jefferson. Dude, I love Jefferson. I love the drive up to we used to drive up north all the time, and you pass through the part of Oregon that wants to be in Jefferson. Dude, I love that shit. Every car has a Jefferson bumper sticker. Dude, it's a cool idea. It's a cool idea. Let those motherfuckers live, dude. Let them start Jefferson. Let them start the 51st state. Quit this fucking Canada 51st state bullshit. Fuck Canada. I don't even want Canada. Oh, we should take over Canada. The only reason I'd want to take over Canada is if we were going to demolish the entire place and build a giant country-sized mall. If we were going to build a shopping mall the size of Canada, I'd be down for it. But dude, fuck all those weird people. I'm not taking the fucking Canadians. I'll take Edge. I'll take Chris Jericho. That's it. That's it. That's all I'll take. Anything else than that? No, I just want a big shopping mall. Our 51st state should be Jefferson. Cali's too big anyway. Yeah, California is fucking huge. I want all of North America. Yeah, I'll take all of North America. I just don't want all the North Americans. That's what I'm getting at. Like I said, if we build a Canada-sized shopping mall, dude, I will go there. I will travel to this Canada mall. But do we really want the Canadians running around here doing weird shit? Do we want Canadians running around here apologizing for everything all the time? Do you really want a whole population becoming part of America that say sorry instead of sorry? Because I don't. I don't want dudes here saying sorry. Every part in America regards the yeah, again, for sure, awesome. But we got to get rid of these fucking dudes then. We don't want these sorry motherfuckers running around here acting like they belong here. How many old people would just move to Mexico? That's what we could do. We could take Canada, make all the Canadians move to Mexico. Right? They can go be sorry motherfuckers down in Mexico, and then we could just take the land. That I'm down for. That's what I'm saying. We can take the land. I don't want the people. I don't want the Canadians. I don't trust them. I don't trust them as far as I could throw them. Anyone that pronounces sorry like that, I got a problem with it. The only good things to come out of Canada are Black Christmas and My Bloody Valentine. Dude, I keep hitting my microphone in the last couple streams. Dude, I love this. I spent like $300 on this fucking boom arm. I think it was like $200, but I've had it since the beginning. I like this shit. Oh yeah, Christian too. Christian though, I'll take him, but I wouldn't be mad if we couldn't get him. Like if we couldn't get Edge and Chris Jericho, I'd be upset. But Christian, you know, if he said no, I'm not interested. Sorry, I'm not interested. I'd say okay, whatever, you know. But I would take him if he did come. Yeah, I'd take him. All Canadians are now Mexicans. Yeah, Canada. No, I don't. An oil pipeline underground, but I want them all. I want an entire, like the entire country of Canada is a mall. That's what I want. Put the oil pipeline somewhere in the background, you know, maybe underground or something. I want the whole land of Canada to become a shopping mall. Fuck Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is trying to sell, what's that fucking, that Cricket Wireless? Is that Ryan Reynolds now? No, Pure Talk. Is it Pure Talk? What's the Ryan Reynolds trying to sell like cheap cell phone service now? What's that one? Let me look that shit up. Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile. That's what Ryan Reynolds has been doing lately. What the fuck is that? Mint Mobile? What? I don't want Mint Mobile. Ryan Reynolds trying to sell me $15 a month cell phone service. Fuck Ryan Reynolds and his sorry ass bullshit. Take your sorry ass Mint Mobile shit that I promise has shitty service. You know what? Probably like, oh, fucking 10. It's one of those places that's like, you don't need unlimited data. You need 10 gigabytes of data a month. No, fuck you. I need unlimited data. I'm a product of 2025. You sorry ass motherfucker. Fuck Ryan Reynolds. The Mall of America. Yeah, we could just expand the Mall of America to Canada, you know, because Minnesota's pretty much Canada light. Yeah, Mint Mobile, yeah. Cheap cell service to piggy yeah, I knew. I've heard that that's what the cheap cell services do. They just piggyback on the I don't understand how that works. Like, if it's an AT&T tower, how can Pure Talk just kinda, like, hitch its wagon to it? I would assume that the cheaper places have to pay. Am I wrong? Like, I would assume Mint Mobile has to pay. You know, if they're using, like, an AT&T tower, they probably have to give AT&T a cut. That's what I would think, but I don't know. Dude, it's fucking 8:40, I gotta fucking go. This is terrible. Boost Mobile is respectable, though. I have to say Boost Mobile is respectable because all of the hot ghetto girls in school, they had Boost Mobile. Like, if you were dating a girl in high school with Boost Mobile, she wore, like, studded belts and low-rise jeans and had greasy hair and smoked pot ever since she was, like, 12 years old. But she was, like, hot as fuck in high school. She had Boost Mobile. So I respect Boost Mobile, I'll give you that. I don't respect Mint Mobile or Pure Talk or Cricket Wireless, no matter how much WWE tries to get me to buy Cricket Wireless, fuck them. Boost Mobile is cool, so I'll give you that. 50 bucks a month unlimited, that's awesome. That's great, that's good stuff. Suckers go with major carriers. It's true, it's true. I'm on a major carrier, but it's true. Because she was on Tinder fucking 24-year-olds already. Yeah, but I'm talking my era, you know, there was no Tinder. Um, you know, she was out before Tinder. She was out fucking 24-year-olds before Tinder. That's why you got no play in high school because you don't have Boost Mobile. Social media killed dating. Yeah, social media definitely killed dating. Everyone keeps telling me I have to get on, like, dating apps. And I'm not gonna do it. I will literally die alone before I, like, make a Tinder or a Bumble or a Hinge. At this point, my group of friends is pretty much, like, almost about to, like, make an account for me and just run it for me. And, yeah, it just sounds terrible. You know, they talk about how a lot of people use them, like, girls use that shit not even to actually get dates, like, girls just use it to, like, talk, like, it's something to do, like, they'll just text and receive compliments and maybe be flirtatious for, like, a day or 2. Um, don't I will find you a girl. Dude, we're gonna find me a girl at UC Davis pretending to be Ted Bundy. That's the plan now. That would be great lore for the channel. That would be great lore. Like, what if we do this video and I meet the girl that I marry? Like, I meet some hot college girl, and, like, by the grace of God, she thinks I'm, like, mildly attractive, and, we end up, like, getting married or something. That would be great. Imagine having to tell her, though, like, that's gonna be the worst part, is if I do this video, and then, something comes out of it, and then I have to tell her, like, "Hey, so, you know, our first date and, like, how we met, I was cosplaying as Ted Bundy, and, the other thing is I'm not completely above, like, I'd be down to do it. Like, you know, like, she helps me to my car with the bag, I ask for her number, maybe she says yes or maybe she says no, and then at that point, I could say, like, "Hey, there's a guy with a camera over there. I'm doing this for shits or whatever. And then you just, you cut that part out, obviously. I always think about that when you watch like old Danny Mullen videos of him fucking with like college kids and shit. There's probably a lot of footage that's just like him explaining, like, maybe they get into some fight and then he says, like, hey, there's a guy with a camera over there. But I also imagine, I was joking to Annie who lives in Los Angeles. I always imagine the Los Angeles, there's just somebody shooting a video on an iPhone everywhere you go. Like every aisle you walk down in a grocery store in LA has somebody dancing and somebody holding a phone camera. So there's probably just people shooting prank videos everywhere. Like in LA, it's probably just daily life that you're walking down the street and somebody comes up to you and says some gay shit. And then it's like, yeah, bro, my cameraman's right over there. It's probably just every fucking day that it happens in LA. Yeah, Rex, they're making a YouTube video. This is a prank video, bro. Say hi to the camera. It's right over there. Or the classic, somebody gets mad and they go, no, it's a prank. It's a prank. It's a prank. Bro, no, it's a prank. It's a prank. That's got to be fucking daily life in LA. Oh, I see what you're saying. I make it, I joke, I say like, oh, for educational purposes, Yeah, you should never help a man do his car. Damn, your girlfriend is online. Dude. Yeah, please do bounce. I wouldn't even blame you for not announcing that you're leaving here. Fuck this. You got a girl online, dude, get the fuck out of here. I'm all for people ditching the chat to go talk to girls. 1000%. Dude, get the fuck out of here. Honestly, I will help you. Dude, I will like plan this out and think about it. And then I would let you know for sure. But for right now, yeah, dude, go get your Riz on. Get your fucking Riz on, dude. Get that Ted Bundy Riz on. Get the fuck out of here with the quickness. I gotta go anyways, too. Have a good one, bub, for sure. Yeah, right on, man. Right on, Fizz. Thank you for the subscribe. Finally got me off of that 169 number onto the 170. I enjoyed the 169 number while it lasted, but the goal is obviously to go higher. Who else is around? YouTube tells me says there's 3 live viewers. I think one of them is Fizz though, and he's taken off. That would mean there's 2 other YouTubers here. One is probably Protomax, and he's probably just driving. But who is the second YouTuber that's hanging out around here? You fucking heathen. You better show yourself, or I'm gonna come to your house and Ted Bundy your fucking wife. That's what I'm gonna do. Whoever is in chat, whoever's here on YouTube unannounced, I will come to your house and I will Ted Bundy your fucking sister and your girlfriend at the same time. And your fucking second girlfriend and your aunt and your second cousin. If you don't announce yourself immediately. I'm still here. Yes, I'm working. Well, while I wait for this random stranger on YouTube to announce himself before I come to his house and Ted Bundy his fucking girlfriend, let me finish this Danny Mullen sketch. Do people call them sketches or skits? I hear that term used interchangeably. I like the term sketch better, but to me, sketch sounds like a fucking drawing.
Thank you.
She's kind of a bitch, actually. I'm actually glad I don't have to read it. All right, you guys are great. Hey, watch those hands, buddy. We got cameras all over the school.
You see, that's like a perfect camera for like if I had a cameraman. But the thing is, like I said, I have a shitty GoPro. I mean, it's the newest GoPro. It is like a nice GoPro. But in terms of like, this looks like it's zoomed in on a decent camera. I probably couldn't do that.
Actually glad I don't have to read it. All right, you guys are great. Hey, watch those hands, buddy. We got cameras all over the school.
And then I like how you can always hear Danny breathing, running away because he's got the lavalier mic on.
I'm being serious. Hey, sorry to reroute you guys. We're actually closing down this side of the sidewalk. I'm gonna need you to take a couple steps back this way. Over here is the correct route.
Sorry, guys. We reroute you back that way. This guy's out of his mind. Just go back that way.
Hey, what are you doing?
Trying to get my money up, not my funny up. My side says 4. 4? Dude. There's a lot of people in this fucking YouTube chat that I'm not happy with right now. Looks like there's 3 of you motherfuckers that need to speak up or forever hold your girlfriend in my crowbar's hands. That's what I have to say about that. You know what I have to say about that is, I wish I had this, goddammit, I wish I had this queued up. I do not have it queued up, though. You know what I have to say about that? YouTube people who refuse to announce themselves.
The ones which the police have had the nerve to try to associate with me. It's going to continue to happen in Salt Lake and Utah until those police start to wise up.
Until those police start to wise up and come after the man that is on YouTube, not hearing from the viewers. It just dropped to 3. It was probably Fizz getting out of here. Or it's one person who's not happy with me threatening to Ted Bundy his girlfriend, so he got the fuck out of here while he still could. I'm just on YouTube threatening people's girlfriends.
And stop counting.
This is like the greatest Ted Bundy interview of all time. This is the one where he makes that goofy joke about like stealing a comic book.
Things for me. My only misgivings is that I might never be locked up. There's going to be people turning up in canyons.
Has John O'Connell called the Bundy monster?
That's what he called it. I suggested to John we ought to get Mattel to make little dolls that walk and say, "I'm the Bundy monster. I'm going to beat these people." And that's what I felt like doing. I heard my mother cry.
This guy was crazy. This guy was out murdering dozens of fucking young women and doing interviews on TV talking about how he's innocent and he's gonna beat these charges. This guy's the man. You cannot break this guy's confidence.
That may be your constitutional right.
I really believe you're innocent.
They gave me a year's training course in that.
I don't know why he shaved the beard. I don't know why he didn't keep the beard. The beard, this was the best look he's ever had. That's the look he should have had. It's definitely my preferred look. I have the action figure. There's a guy who does like handmade action figures of like notorious figures throughout history. And I've got a couple. I've got a Manson figure from him. I've got Susan Atkins. I don't know why I got Susan Atkins. She's so fucking lame. I'm sure he had Lynette Fromme. I should have got Lynette Fromme. And then yeah, I've got Bundy with the beard, which is also one of my favorites. But YouTube tells me it just dropped down to 2. Yeah, dude, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta get the fuck out of here. I'm glad I got to threaten at least like 3 dudes like that. But what is it, like fucking 8:50? Yeah, Jesus Christ. I need to quit doing this. I need to quit saying I'm gonna leave and then sitting here until fucking 9 p.m. taking up all my time. So much for my night plans of I don't know, probably watching like a debate on Piers Morgan's YouTube channel or some shit. Piers Morgan is such a goober. I gotta admit, I got a real guilty pleasure for Piers Morgan. He's like that guy that's like I don't know, it's like a chubby British guy that loves to point out that Barack Obama deported a bunch of people. That's like that's the best. That's the best. Those are the best videos on YouTube ever. When Piers Morgan like hosts a debate and some Democrat is like, they're gonna deport a bunch of people, and Piers Morgan goes, "Now hold on. Now hold on. Did you know," I can't even do a British accent. "Did you know that Barack Obama deported like 3 million people?" Some crazy shit like that. Yeah, no, I gotta go. Anyone who is currently watching this right now, keep in mind, you will be seeing me tonight. I will be outside of your house with a cast on my arm and a crowbar in my back seat. I will be asking your wives and your girlfriends and your sisters to help me carry books back to my car. And, I will be asking for their numbers once they do help me. And, we will go out on dates, and I will grow a beard and do an interview on national TV where I make a joke about stealing a comic book when I was 5 years old. All because you refused to speak up in this chat box. So just know that your girlfriend's heartbreak will be on your hands, and my success as a bearded man on national television will also be on your hands. Mint Mobile sucks. Ryan Reynolds sucks. Canadians who say sorry suck. They are the worst people to ever exist. Canadians that don't say sorry, whatever, that's fine. But if you say sorry, I have no respect for you. I hope something bad happens to you. What else? What else was there real quick? I think that was it. Hard Eyes was a good movie. The Hard Eyes Killer is not iconic. It's not been long enough to even use that term. I'm glad that Direct Eye Contact / Fizzlegeek has a girlfriend. I like knowing that there are people that are watching my channel that have girlfriends. That is a good thing, that there are guys that have girlfriends that watch me. I think that's it. I think that's really it. I'll be back on tomorrow night. And yeah, fuck it. Fuck it. I'll hit the outro.
And we're all here today to groove and have a beautiful time together, and that it's only the beginning. Sometimes I think I'm drunk, and then I realize I am drunk. Sometimes I think I'm drunk, and then I realize I am drunk.